Show. Travis Rogers, DeMarco Farr.
The Far Side. You ready for the Far Side?
I'm in the Far Side.
You're in the Far
Let's
Side.
Go.
Welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. So let's get to the fun, shall we? The Travis and DeMarco Show right now.
Yeah! Hi, how are you?
Good.
I love you.
Good.
What's up, AK?
Doing well, man. Doing well.
Good.
In for Travis Rogers. What's
He's
Travis
on
up to?
assignment. Boots on the ground.
He is in Philadelphia.
Yes.
He's visiting his son. His son and his girlfriend are moving back to the West Coast, and so, he's going out to see Philly.
We sent him on a mission to go steal the bell and bring it back.
To steal the Declaration of Independence.
Yes, it's Ocean's 11 time. He's
No,
gonna go
it's National Treasure
There you
time.
go.
Treasure
See,
time.
we're stealing stuff. Let's go.
Nice.
Yes. What's up, man? Look at your little beard over there. Look at you.
always been
Clean
there.
shaven. When's the last time you shaved your face?
Hey, I've got a full beard.
I keep asking you these questions and you get mad at me. Did you work out this morning? Did
Okay.
you work out today?
DeMarco.
What's
Frankly,
wrong with that question?
DeMarco frankly pulled some nonsense this morning before
I
the show
did not.
started.
I just
Because-
asked you one question.
Okay, DeMarco,
you still haven't answered.
I did. No, I
Did
did
you
answer
work
the
out
question.
today?
I have not worked out today.
There you go. Finally, you answered.
It is 9 frickin' a.m.
We get on the air
I have
and then
to
you
get
answer.
up in the morning. I have to help my wife out by walking
I
the
don't want to hear
dogs.
all that. Why does it take you 5 times for me asking you, did you work out?
Because it was
for
your
you to
tone, my
answer?
friend. It was your tone. The way you said this, like, have you worked out
Jorge,
today? Because-
did you work out today? I can't hear you.
Can't hear me.
Okay,
either.
can't hear him. Emily, did you work out today?
Not today.
I never work out in the morning.
See, that's easy. It took you 5 tries to
But
get there.
you did not ask Jorge with the same condescending, hey, ask me
there was
about
no
my workout
There
tone.
was no condescending
Because you were
tone.
leading up to the, guess what I did this morning?
No, I did not.
I
That's
worked
where your
out.
brain went. No, I just.
What time do you wake up in the morning?
Who?
You.
Man, I got up so late this morning. For the first time, I overslept. Usually, I get up around 4:30-ish, do my stuff, go out and work out. Today, I got up at 5:45, did everything I needed to do, and still made it out the door at the same time. Like, why am I waking up so early if I can do this in 45 minutes? So why do you ask?
Because I wake up at 5:30 for a different reason. You wake up early to work out. I wake up to change a diaper.
See, now he's getting all insecure. I just asked if you worked out this
But again,
morning.
this is what happens, though, DeMarco. This is what happens when you become
Bunch
the
of non-athletes.
when you become the leader of the accountability chain. Because, like, I worked out yesterday. Like, I did an hour.
That was your
on
first
the
answer.
elliptical.
So I asked him, did you work out? You know what he said? I worked out yesterday. That's not an answer.
Right. Well, what I was getting to, but I knew it was not an acceptable answer. I plan to work out later today, but then it turns into, why didn't you do
No,
it this morning?
that's you. See,
Oh,
now
no,
insight
no,
into
no.
your mind. I'm already in your head. Insecure.
But you could. But
Write that down.
Okay, here's how I know. Because A, I know how seriously you take your role as the leader of the accountability chain. A text chain, which, by the way, I'm not on and I will never volunteer to be a part of.
I have not responded or been a part of that chain in 6 months.
The way to ask this question so nobody even potentially feels defensive about it is,
I forgot.
do you think you'll work out today?
I forgot.
Do you think you'll work out today?
I have to word it differently.
Yes.
You're mad. Now you're going to take it to the school board. Now I get fired because I'm insensitive to your whatever.
I promise you are not being canceled over this.
Did you work out turned into this? Oh, my God. Yes. But it's good to see you, though. Yes.
Good.
Good to see you. I'm happy to see you. You're always fun to talk to.
Thank you.
And you sent me a picture the other day, and you said you thought of me when you saw it,
I did.
and it's perfect. It's a picture of Sade with a guitar, and she's playing it.
Yes.
Like on stage.
Yes. I looked at that, and I'm like, DeMarco is going – that's everything DeMarco wants in a photo.
And you too, right? That's what I'm saying. I told you I would leave everything in my life for that right there. And you would have to understand – I'm powerless against that.
Sade in a beautiful backlit black and white
She's
photo.
gorgeous. She can sing.
with a guitar.
And she can play the guitar.
Everything is on display right there.
Is that your number one weakness, DeMarco? So when you can play an
female
instrument?
prince. That's a female prince. I'm powerless. I am. I'm sorry. What were you saying?
I'm asking. So is your number one weakness a musician, a female musician?
No, it's just her. It's just
Just her? Okay.
That song you were playing, the whole album. There was a time. Never mind. Stop. But
I'm in band camp.
Oh, this is a safe space.
we
DeMarco.
flipped the CD twice. Anyway,
Whoa.
just she can sing, her whole vibe. Yeah, we flipped it twice. Right. And if she can actually play a guitar and she's a musician, and she's that talented, I'd be powerless.
There is something about a woman on stage that is that talented, but also playing the instrument. Because like at that point, you're talking about somebody completely controlling their element. Like they are
and
the
me.
whole.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, you're part of the element.
Taking me on a ride, you're just crazy. You know what? I don't know how
after the CD thing.
Now this is just musically. I mean, I don't know how you guys feel about guys like Bruno Mars.
Mm-hmm.
Yay?
I think he's talented. I
Okay.
like Bruno Mars.
Medium.
He's fine.
How do you feel about Kid Rock?
Big old thumbs down.
Take or leave or thumbs down.
There aren't enough thumbs to be down.
Okay, I did not pay. I just happened to be there when I caught his act once. That dude played every instrument on stage.
How many?
Drums, guitar, bass, sang, rapped. I'm like, oh, okay. You're not my brand of whiskey, but damn.
I mean, look, you don't reach Kid Rock's stature, if you want to call it that. I mean, he's got to be a really good performer. He's got to be a really good entertainer. I mean, there was a period where Kid Rock was massive.
Right.
You're doing something.
But there's been
right.
a lot of dudes, they just put backing tracks and it's all packaging and throw them out there on stage. And if it works, great. If it doesn't, we'll just get another one.
A band you'd love, DeMarco, that does this, they play all their instruments, they sing everything, they rock, is Haim. I really think he'd like this. Haim. It's three sisters. They're from LA, and they have.
Acts.
Sorry?
One of them acts.
Yeah, Alana Haim has been
Wait.
the last PTA movie.
No connection to Corey Haim.
No.
Okay. Haim. Isn't that how you spell his name?
Yes, it is.
Okay, now I know. Haim. I'll look that up.
Yeah, but I would say that these are three girls. They wail. They're really great. Not every song is like that, so just keep that in mind. There are some softer rock songs, but
And let me make sure, I am not a Kid Rock fan. I was just happened to be there, and I'm looking with a scowl on my face. And I'm like, oh, but he played the drums. He picked up a guitar. He played bass. I think he even played a little keyboard. A little bit. I'm like, whoa, okay. I didn't know that was in there. So for all your fans, there you go. Wow.
Put some respect on Kid Rock's name.
I got some spec on his name for his fans. I am not one of them. Anyway, yes. So, Mr. Laker, how do I feel about DeAndre Ayton?
You should feel good.
Are you sure?
Yes. Because if nothing else, like I know all of the detracting and the negatives with DeAndre Ayton.
We threw out the unprofessional label yesterday.
Yes.
Which is the worst you can possibly get in sports.
What are the downsides, Andy?
The perceived downsides with DeAndre Ayton is, I think, some element of professionalism, maturity, desire, motor. Like, I think it is safe to say, and this doesn't necessarily have to be.
That sounds like
doesn't necessarily
crap.
have to be an issue. I don't think he is passionate about basketball in the way LeBron is, or Luka is, or Austin, or certainly Kobe was his own stratosphere.
How do you know that? Careful with that. I'm not just careful. I hate when that happens.
That
he doesn't care about basketball. Are you in his body?
No, I didn't say I didn't care.
I know.
That's actually no, but this matters. This matters.
Yep.
I said that he has a reputation for not being passionate about basketball. That's not the same thing, though, as not caring.
Okay, so how does that manifest? He doesn't have, what did you say?
I don't think he has he definitely doesn't have the highest motor. I've watched him play enough to know he doesn't have the highest motor. He is defensively somewhere between okay and below average, depending on the game.
So here's where the numbers matter. So I heard, because we're getting measurements and everything about the guy, he's got a 7'6" wingspan.
Yes.
Then why don't the blocks add up to that?
The blocks may not add up to it, but the rebounds sure do. He has averaged 10-plus rebounds every season he's been in the NBA. Last year, he had 10 rebounds, 3 on the offensive glass, which is an area the Lakers really need. If you are looking for somebody to convert lobs from Luka, from LeBron, from even Austin, last year in 40 games, DeAndre Ayton, 71 dunks. That's a lot in 40 games. 2 seasons ago, 67 games, 110 dunks. Last year on alley-oops of all kinds. 96% conversion rate.
That's good.
31 of 31 for alley-oop dunks.
That's what you're going to be doing here with Luka. Pick and roll, set a good screen, and wait for the lob and cram it.
He does that very well.
Good.
He can be a guy that runs the floor very well. He is very athletic for his size. But this is the reason fans should be
Wait, hold on. Just back up for 1 second.
Sure.
Again, you didn't answer my question, you little
I
slick guy. No, you didn't. You did. You gave me some other stuff. No, you gave me some other stuff. You told me you worked out yesterday. You didn't answer the question. The question is, when you have a 7'6" wingspan, why don't you block more shots? Because the reason I'm asking is, this is a team that needs help on the defensive end. Rebounding, great.
But that's part of defense. That is part of defense.
Cleaning glass is part of it.
Finishing possessions is part of defense.
But I'm talking about protecting the paint and rim protection. Where is that? Is that possible? Or is that part of the unprofessional, he doesn't care about basketball mantra? Is that where it shows up the most?
I think that is one of the areas it shows up the most. The idea that the idea that you think he could be more of a lane deterrent than he actually has been over the course of his career. I think that's one of the areas where people, if nothing else, perceive a lack of desire, a lack of motor, that sort of thing. But coming up, I will explain.
Did you just coming up on me?
I was told.
I will karate chop you.
I was told by Emily, the producer, who is teaching young
DeMarco,
children.
This is a good tease.
She is teaching young children about radio right now. 3 of the interns are watching, and we're supposed to be setting an example for the future, DeMarco.
I would curb stomp you.
All right, so where were you with your tease?
Well, at the risk of getting curb stomped, I'm going to explain coming up next why Laker fans, to directly answer DeMarco's question, should be happy about the Deandre Ayton signing. That is coming up next. Travis and DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
SOB cut.
For ESPN LA contest rules, go to ESPNLA.com and click the contest button.
Hey everybody, it's Cap. Is it time to sell your home? Whether you're downsizing, moving, or inheriting a property, call Seller's Advantage. With decades of experience, they offer custom cash solutions and can close in days. No repairs, no agents, no hassle, just a great offer that gives you peace of mind. Call 888-390-AS-IS or visit sellersadvantage.com. Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
DRE number 01961658.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
Hey, it's Mace. In tough times, a lot of people find themselves owing money to the IRS. It can really weigh you down, and you're confused about the right way to handle it. And all those scary ads on the radio about the IRS, they don't help. Tax relief advocates want you to relax, knowing that whether you owe $5,000, $50,000, $500,000 in tax debt, you don't have to fear the IRS another day. TRA has a proven 3-step tax resolution process, plus they're experts at working with special programs available from the IRS to help taxpayers get back on track. Easy to see why they have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. If you owe money to the IRS and feel trapped, don't lose hope. Tax relief advocates could reduce or even eliminate your debt. End your tax nightmare today. Simply visit TRA.com or call 800-575-1482. That's 800-575-1482. Again, 800-575-1482.
Your friends at George Chevrolet want to wish you a safe and happy holiday this 4th of July. And there's no better way to celebrate than behind the wheel of a new Chevy. Happy Independence Day from George Chevrolet, proudly serving our community in the red, white, and blue.
If Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea was your best friend, it would be the kind of friend that starts an impromptu dance party in the supermarket aisle that turns into an all-day pool party rager at your place, and you don't even own a pool. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea turns any day into a legendary adventure. It's smooth and refreshing real iced tea with just the right kick of alcohol. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
Introducing the new Dell AI PC, powered by the Intel Core Ultra processor. It helps do your busy work for you, so you can fast forward through editing images, designing presentations, generating code, debugging code, summarizing meeting notes, finding files, managing your schedule, responding to Jim's long emails, leaving all the time in the world for the things you actually want to do. No offense, Jim. Get a new Dell AI PC starting at $699.99 at Dell.com/AI-PC. How those ahead stay ahead.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. Now mornings, 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN, your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
Oh, my God. Diamond Live. Lover far. Yes. Come
can
on.
see how you flipped the CD twice with that singing.
This is what I told you. I told you guys earlier. What were we talking about? Maybe it was Ace Bailey. Maybe it was some
instruments.
No, it was a conversation about Ace Bailey or giving up your freshman and sophomore year of college. Hell no. 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 Absolutely not. Nope.
Well, we've now narrowed down when the CD was flipped.
Just saying.
For those wondering,
Nope.
that's
Too much
when
fun.
it took place.
Yes.
When DeMarco at some point was at UW.
Woof.
Woof indeed.
McMahon Hall with a balcony. Oh, my God. What the day we moved in.
By the end of these 3 hours, we're going to learn everything about what happened during that
night. The day
night.
that animal class of 1989 walked into a co-ed dorm, and this is where we live. Oh, you guys are crazy. Oh, you're stupid. Are you serious? Oh, you're crazy. Wow. Never give up your freshman and sophomore years. Anyway, moving on.
Awkwardly transitioning to Deandre Ayton, you asked me, should Laker fans be happy about the news that Deandre Ayton signed a 2-year, $16.6 million contract with the Lakers, second-year player option?
I'm happy.
Basically, the remainder of the full mid-level exception that the Lakers gained when Dorian Finney-Smith went to Houston.
Yep.
They used
Not
part
happy
of it,
about that.
They used part of it on Jake LaRavia from Sacramento and Memphis last year, split time with both of them. I think in some ways he is both a replacement for DFS, a wing presence. He is a very good shooter, or at least he is coming off a very good shooting season.
Okay.
He has shown some defensive upside at times. He's definitely, I think, more athletic than DFS was. He's about 10 years younger. There's a potential for more upside. But then
I heard younger, cheaper version of DFS, and he can shoot the ball.
And he might, look, depending on what moves the Lakers make, he could potentially be a replacement for Dalton Knecht.
Isn't he playing Summer League?
LaRavia? No.
He's not going to play
He's been in the league too long.
Who am I thinking is playing Summer League?
No, Knecht.
The rookie. The second rounder is not going to play.
He is not going to play. He is still recovering from some knee
the other
issues.
6'8" wing. I wanted to see him play.
Yeah, so did I. Adu Tiero. He is expected, though, to be ready for the beginning of training
not
camp.
LaRavia. Okay.
If you want to check out some clips of not Jake LaRavia, Adu Tiero, my boy Jovan Buha put together a scouting report on him. Also, Raj Chipalu over at Silver Screen and Roll. Follow him on Twitter. He's got a compilation of Tiero. That dude is an athlete.
Why don't you drop your mailman's name, too?
Well, if he makes a mixtape of Tiero, I will.
Hank the Butcher. Go ahead.
If he makes a mixtape of Tiero, my mailman, I will.
You pulled
and
out
where
the
would we see
Award
you
list.
talk about Lakers?
Well, you would see me talking about Lakers on Locked On Lakers 5 days a week, everywhere you get your podcast, Monday through Friday, always free, never behind a paywall. And for the sickos who like to watch, there's a YouTube component.
Okay, I'm happy as a Laker fan because you have a semi-credible to credible big.
Oh, look,
you got better there.
He's more than semi-credible. He is a legit starting center in the NBA.
Okay.
He is a legitimate starting center that you got while giving up no assets whatsoever until that buyout happened that surprised everybody except, if I'm guessing, Bill Duffy, DeAndre Ayton's agent, who also
happened to be
Luka Doncic's agent. My guess, and this is purely a guess,
right.
I'm just speculating, but I think it is educated speculation.
Just go ahead and say it.
Rob Pelinka was given a heads up, hey, before you get too deep into some other avenues,
we can make this happen.
This guy, I think, is going to be available and I think would want to play for the Lakers. And that's one of those things where it's fortunate to have Luka Doncic in the house and that agent. He is a starting caliber center. He is a double-double for his career. And you gave up nothing other than money. And not even that much
That's
money.
A hell yeah.
And he is way better than Jackson Hayes. He is way better than Maxi Kleber. He is way better than any center or even quasi-center that
then
the Lakers have on the
Why are they dumping on him on the way out the door? They dumped on Luka too.
You've been
unprofessional.
Well,
that really pissed me off. If that's not true, that sucks.
Well,
I mean, you waive someone for a reason,
right? But
to be fair, look. To be fair to DeAndre Ayton, there have been whispers, reports, commentary going back to his time in Phoenix that he is not always the easiest guy in the world to consistently motivate. That the motor is not there on a regular basis.
Does he talk to the media?
I think he does. Everything I've understood.
Have you talked to him before?
I've never met Deandre Ayton. But I was listening to, for example, to Sean Highkin, who's covered the Portland Trailblazers for years. He was on Anthony Irwin's podcast, Lakers Lounge. He said Deandre is actually a really chill dude. Like as far as his relationship with the media, at least his time in Portland, the idea that he was standoffish or a jerk and therefore this would become personal for some writers.
Yeah.
He said that was not DeAndre.
I wish I can ignore that part of it, but you can't. Like all the
you've been through it.
Not that, but all the noise about Luka coming out of Dallas, why he's here. We're trying to figure out how the heck that happened, right? And then I think we saw it firsthand. Okay, I see what you see. He does lack a lot of defensive want to, and he gets tired a lot. I see it. Yeah.
There's a perception, and I think a little of this could be number one overall pick syndrome. Like the way number one overall picks in general
are judged.
Yeah, get judged. Like I think
perfect or you're a bust.
I think if Deandre Ayton had been the 4th overall pick, which is still really high, that's still high expectations, you would look at his career and maybe think, not quite as good as you thought he'd be, but not that big of a deal.
A little bit of a disappointment.
It becomes different when you're number one overall. But he is a walking double-double. He will provide you easy, cheap points that the Lakers offense, particularly once Jackson Hayes was out of the rotation, desperately needed. He is offensively the perfect type of center that we have come to think Luka wants.
You're talking my language.
He will help you. Happy. He will help you tremendously on the glass.
You're helping me tremendously now because yesterday I was down
and
in the dumps.
And they gave up nothing to get him.
The money part,
nothing.
The money part, that's you. I just want a better center.
Well,
and you're telling me we got one. Okay, so number 2.
Oh, way better center. Way better.
Even better. Great. You're making me smile. See how that's how you answer a question.
I mean, Dave McBenman did say that he thinks basically the team would be the same with Jackson Hayes or with DeAndre
Respectfully Ayton. To Dave, I think he's wrong. I think he's actually very wrong. DeAndre Ayton is
How can he be that wrong then?
I mean, it's Dave's opinion. I mean, Dave knows basketball well. He knows the NBA well. I just disagree with him.
Okay, go ahead. Keep going. I'm sorry.
Jackson Hayes is not close to as good of a player as DeAndre Ayton is. And Dave, though, to be fair to Dave, I believe the context of that was he was concerned about DeAndre Ayton's perception as somebody that may not be great in the locker room. For what it's worth, Sean Highkin disagreed with that.
Okay,
but
I got to go back and listen to it again.
The idea that DeAndre Ayton's presence might become an issue, you'd be better off with Jackson Hayes because that's not what's going to be there. I think that was the full context.
Okay, I need to go back and listen again, but I know what I took from it, and that could be just me and how the world works these days. The second part is LeBron. LeBron being here. LeBron and this all passive-aggressive stuff.
Passive-aggressive.
What did I say?
No, I like to call it passive-aggressive.
Passive-aggressive?
Yeah.
You've changed my life today. Passive-aggressive. Okay, the passive-aggressive stuff is infuriating to me, especially those of us who are on the fence, who appreciate greatness and who do a pretty good job of apologizing for him or defending him. I am done with that. When you do stuff like you did yesterday with the sending out pictures of coming home and whatnot, that's maddening because the rest of us Laker fans are sitting here twisting in the wind because of you. So you tell me, what is the best possible option for LeBron James to continue playing basketball? Is it here or someplace else?
Honestly, the answer is if LeBron was traded, what is the package? Because the package coming to the Lakers will affect how good the team LeBron is joining.
Even better, what market do you think is out there for him? A dude that's 40-plus, who was second-team All-NBA.
Let me put it this way. If it was that strong, he wouldn't have opted into his contract in the first place.
Because of his talent or because you can't fit him on the payroll? Or would you have to blow up Cleveland to get him?
To some degree, yeah. You have to trade out $52 million in salary in order to make the thing CBA legal.
So what you're paying him is more prohibitive than his talent.
Well, look, this is part of the issue. Even acknowledging LeBron is still playing at a high level, this is part of the issue that the Lakers factor in trying to build around him. The more a guy costs, the larger percentage that any player takes up on your cap. By definition, it becomes harder to build around them because you only have so much money allotted to do it.
Can you trade a big player for a big player? Like, for example, it was thrown out there this morning from Bill Simmons. What about Kawhi for LeBron?
Forget the question of whether I do it or not.
Yeah.
I'd have to look at Kawhi's salary. I don't know it off the top of my head, but in theory, yes. I mean, Kawhi's
Would you do that?
No.
Why not?
Because I can't count on Kawhi being on the court. I can count on LeBron. LeBron has been largely.
True.
LeBron has largely been, for all the concerns about age,
this says
management,
Kawhi makes
whatever.
$49 million. I don't know. This is just the first thing that came up. $49 million in 2025.
It's pretty close. The Clippers would likely have to either throw in a small salary, or the Lakers would have to offload a small salary. In order to make this work.
You're not crazy. How much younger is he than LeBron? Is not.
He's probably, if I had to guess, Kawhi's like 35.
Let me see him. Put the glasses
off the top of my head.
He's 34.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
he's younger. And if he can play as long as LeBron, let's say you got 5, 6, 7 more years.
Well, he's only under contract through, I believe, 2027, Kawhi.
Right. But if you could pour super glue down his throat and guarantee that he won't break, you'd probably do that.
Yes. I would do that because if LeBron doesn't want to be here, if there's a way to accommodate LeBron to make him happy, and it does the Lakers good in the process, sure. Like, this is what I think is really interesting about this, and I'm going to explain coming up next.
Oh, my God, you did it again.
I'm going to explain coming up next.
Are you
why.
doing this? Are you making him do this?
I'm not making Andy do anything. I'm giving him suggestions.
Go ahead.
I am reading what is clearly in front of me. Tease, which I know from working with Emily a long time, is go to break.
No, it's a suggestion of going. Okay, guys,
see?
goodness gracious.
Tone. You texted with the wrong tone.
I'm not putting Emily on blast. We have to go to break at some point. Like,
it's
there are
time
bills
to, go to break,
pay.
little Billy.
We have to go to break at some point, so I might as well leave the listeners and the viewers on pins and needles about what I'm going to say next.
I wonder if Laker fans would make that trade, if they have the guts to say it. If you could guarantee, Magic Genie, that Kawhi Leonard doesn't break and you can trade him for LeBron right now, I wonder what they would say. I really do.
What really matters coming forward, and I'll explain why, what really matters coming forward with LeBron and the Lakers is the power dynamic between these two parties. I think Laker fans should be very happy about where it rests right now.
Great
I'll
tease.
Explain that coming up next. Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
The most followed sports radio station in the world.
In the world. That's right. In the world.
710 ESPN.
You know it. Yeah, tell your friends.
At ESPN Los Angeles on Instagram, Facebook, X, YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch.
We're naturally entertaining.
Yes. LA's mega sports station. 710 ESPN.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. If you're ready to upgrade your driving experience, you gotta go and check out what's happening at Cadillac and their incredible new lineup of state-of-the-art EVs, sedans, and SUVs. And hey, look, there's no better place to experience the luxury of Cadillac than at Cadillac of Beverly Hills. Check out Cadillac of Beverly Hills and their beautiful showroom at 8767 Wilshire Boulevard in Beverly Hills. And check them out on the web at CadillacBeverlyHills.com.
Ignite your afternoons at Waba Grill's $5 happy hour with our 5-piece pork veggie dumplings and a value-sized premium one beverage drink, like our zesty dragon fruit mango lemonade. Enjoy $5 happy hour weekdays after 3 p.m. only at Waba Grill.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED because millions of men experience it, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Well, Hims can help. Through Hims.com, you can get a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. It all starts with an online intake form. Get started at hims.com/joy, and from there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs with options up to 95% less than the brand names. Millions of men experience ED, but Hims can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
This is the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Now weekdays 9 a.m. to noon on LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
That's funny. It's not, but it's funny.
This is the Making DeMarco Randy show.
Oh, my God. Yes, sir. Oh, my goodness. I have redefined.
Did you work out today?
See, we were talking about how rich you want to be, or is it how famous you want to be? Either one, right?
Rich or famous.
Rich or famous. I want to be so rich that I don't even have to touch my own hair. That's rich, right? When someone else cares more about your face than you do. That would be awesome.
Someone is on your payroll to make sure you look as best as possible.
Yes. We were looking at Lamar Jackson. He's doing the thing with Kevin Hart in the ice tub, and his hair's down to his shoulders. And I'm like, you know what? I bet he doesn't even touch his own hair. Somebody else does.
He hasn't touched his hair in 3 years.
That's what I'm saying. To grow your hair that long, someone else is taking care of your hair. And I would love to be able to do that.
It looks pretty badass, too, when it's all out.
Yeah,
Lamar's hair looks awesome.
Throw a headband on. Go Yvonne Lindell with it? Come on.
Wow.
That'd be awesome, wouldn't it? Yeah.
You had to be there, but like the late 70s, early 80s was a mecca of not just great tennis, but like badass tennis stars.
Yeah.
Like tennis stars as rock stars.
Is that his name, the guy with the headband?
Yeah.
No, I'm thinking of the other guy. What's his name? He had it'll come to me. But right. Yvonne Lindell's one of them.
Yvonne Lindell was one of them. McEnroe, Connors.
Yes.
Like, they were rock stars. Like, rock.
When tennis ruled
like,
the planet.
Picture Andre Agassi, but everybody's Andre Agassi.
Oh, my gosh.
Like, the entire sport was the Agassi personality.
I would love it if we can get back to that someday, but I doubt it.
So we were talking before about the power dynamic between the Lakers and LeBron/Clutch, and this has been something well documented and examined ever since LeBron joined the Lakers, and the control that Clutch and LeBron have over the organization, the way they shape moves, stuff like that.
Clutch is a great name, ain't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And look, man, props to Rich Paul.
Clutch,
he has turned himself into one of the most powerful agents in sports. He's very good at his job.
Clutch has turned into clinch.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, they have.
Yes.
But it's often felt like in the dynamic between the Lakers and LeBron that LeBron has had more, as Jerry Seinfeld and George Costanza would say, hand in the relationship. They've had more power. They've been able to exert more force and therefore get what they want. And one of the things that LeBron has always done was that fear of an exit, the threat of an exit. If you do not do X, there's a very good chance I'm going to leave.
The threat of him walking out the door.
Yes.
Yes.
And as far as what LeBron wants for this roster moving forward, that he has concerns that they are going to be prioritizing the future with Luka to the point where it doesn't give him what he wants right now. And that's where the comments from Rich Paul upon LeBron opting in, weighing options, we're grateful for the relationship, but LeBron wants to win championships now, then being seen on Instagram with the coming home or I'm home hat or whatever.
Why would you put that? Never mind.
These are part of the passive-aggressive campaign.
Why would you put that out?
The pressure campaign. But this is what really matters. The minute LeBron opted into his contract,
right,
the Lakers gained far more control.
Yes.
They are now in the driver's seat of this situation.
He had to do it.
The power dynamic to me between now LeBron and the Lakers is at worst 50-50. I think at accurately best 75 to 80% Lakers.
Okay.
And that's maybe even generous towards LeBron.
Don't mind that at all.
Because at this point, they don't have to do anything.
Yes.
Anything. Like, now, they should be respectful towards LeBron because he's earned that.
And I think they're going to be.
They should do right by LeBron in terms of the way that they treat him.
And they will.
Because he's earned it. And and there's no reason
and they're the
to
Lakers.
Be,
yes.
And there's no reason to be adversarial towards a player of LeBron's stature.
No, I just went out from under you.
But they do not have to do anything.
Yes.
And assuming that they have the fortitude to maintain the power in this relationship, they have it. Because the truth is, there's only so much LeBron can threaten with an exit because he's 41. You're only doing this for so much longer anyway.
True.
The exit
before it rings hollow. Yes. Makes sense.
I've talked about before, like before we knew LeBron was going to opt into his deal. I wanted LeBron to opt in because if LeBron just walked as a free agent, the Lakers did not really have any mechanisms to replace what LeBron brings to the roster.
You get better on the floor and you lose the PR battle.
Right. They would not get better if LeBron just walked, even with the cap space that they would gain with DFS walking.
I said you
out.
get worse on the floor, right?
Yes.
Okay.
You meant, I know what you meant.
Did I say better?
You did say better.
You get worse on the floor and you lose the PR. That's what I meant.
Right.
Yes.
They would be worse if LeBron walked. So I wanted him to opt in. I wanted LeBron in a perfect world to play for the Lakers this season. But if I'd had to choose between LeBron walking, which again would make the Lakers worse this season most likely, or LeBron opting in for another
LeBron
1+1.
Absolutely.
If I had to choose, though, between LeBron walking or another 1+1, I would choose walking.
Really?
Because you
let him go, huh?
Because you can't keep doing this in perpetuity. 1+1, he might be back next year. We have to keep earmarking 50+ mil towards our salary. You cannot plan.
So you're in the zero. Travis asked, it's either you can have him, it would be for he's done or 2 more years.
Well, it depends.
Yeah.
If LeBron comes back next season for, say...
And right now, you have to make that choice, right?
It depends. If he comes back for, say, 20 mil a season, sure, bring him back. I want control of the situation if I'm the Lakers. Now,
definitely.
Now, even if LeBron comes back next season, the Lakers have control over how that happens. So does LeBron. Right. He can go somewhere else. But before, the Lakers were being, in a lot of ways, held captive by the idea of the 1+1, not knowing exactly what he's going to do, and that is impossible to plan around.
Yes.
And it becomes untenable when you have a generational superstar like Luka in his
waiting in the
prime.
wings. But he's 26. You still got time there, even if you have to deal with this for another 2.
You want to be mapping out your future, and you can't do that with a guy just...
Sometimes it's better if you leave the bullet in the body. You do more damage trying to take it out. That's what I'm saying. And Luka's young enough, and he can still get better. What do you make of people saying that Austin Reeves and certain guys don't like playing with Luka? That seemed like radio talking head nonsense. I've never heard that before.
Any
truth?
Look, could it be true?
Yeah.
Sure. Is it anything I've heard?
Good.
No.
Okay.
I have not heard that at all. For what it's worth, those reports that you're talking about, that's the first time I've heard that.
Me too.
It's the first time I've heard that at all.
Do you have any proof of that? I've never heard anyone say that. The other part of what I was trying to get to about LeBron and the Lakers is how would you evaluate his team building approach? Like, how many players do you think LeBron has actually made better? Because
there's been a lot of dudes who've gotten paid from playing with LeBron. A lot.
Can you give me a list?
I mean, you could argue Rui. I mean, Rui, when he came over from the Wizards, was in a lot of ways similar to DeAndre Ayton. Rui is clearly talented, clearly highly athletic.
He's a high draft pick.
High draft pick.
He's improved as a basketball player, and you can say that's because of LeBron.
I don't know if it's because of LeBron, but it ain't not because of him.
Okay.
It ain't not because of him. I mean, LeBron has been a key part of an atmosphere and culture in which, you know what? I will say it is in part because of LeBron, because I know there was an offseason where Rui spent it essentially attached to LeBron's hip, and they worked out a lot together.
So Rui's your high watermark?
You just asked me for an example.
Yeah.
That's an example. Like
okay.
there have been a lot.
Austin Reeves about to get paid next year.
Is that because of LeBron?
I don't know if it's because of him, but it's certainly not because of him. I mean, he has played with LeBron for a long time. He's gotten better. They have chemistry together. Part of the reason Austin has gotten better is that chemistry with LeBron. Like, I
can't say it hurts.
I can't say
I don't know
hurts.
if he gets credit for that.
If you go through time in Cleveland, if you go through time in Miami, there are a lot of role players who've gotten paid having played with LeBron. I mean, he's a lot like Luka. He can make you look really good.
True. Just his approach to team building and the players he wants. I mean, you get a big, fat, black check mark in the no column for the Westbrook deal.
There is
That's the one thing. The other thing is when you start talking about greats and greatness and all this type of stuff, and when Kobe comes up, they bring up Gasol and how he made him into a champion. But I thought Gasol was pretty good before he got here.
Gasol was an extremely good player. I think Kobe...
But Kobe gets a lot of credit for making him a champion.
Powell would be the first to say there is a lot in him in terms of, I think, sort of physical and mental toughness, a certain amount of approach to the game that Kobe helped make him better. I also think, in all honesty, Kobe helped make Powell helped make Kobe, if not a better player, because you become better with better players.
Correct.
And Powell is the best player that Kobe's ever played with that wasn't Shaq.
I'm just parsing
peeling
the onion.
That helps make Kobe better, but also I think Powell helped Kobe become a better leader.
So the greats, Jordan, there's a Pippen. There wouldn't be a Pippen without Jordan. Kobe gets credit for Gasol. I had no answer. Like, who can you say is LeBron's protege? Did he raise a Batman?
Actually,
because he went to Miami and partnered up with another
Davis,
superhero.
I think learned a lot from LeBron.
That's a good one. But he was pretty damn good before he got here, too.
Pretty damn good, but he reached another level in terms of winning a championship, in terms of playoff runs. I think he became a better player during this time with the Lakers. Again, how much of that is directly to LeBron, I don't know, but I think it's unfair to LeBron to just assume none of it. True. I think that's unfair to LeBron.
I'm asking you because I figured you would know. It was just a question that I walked into, and they were talking about these old heads when they get around and they start talking about basketball, that Steph Curry changed the game forever, all this type of stuff. And part of it was, is LeBron going to leave the game better than when he found it? And I'm like, how the hell do you guys prove that?
I don't know how you quantify that.
That's a great soundbite, Let me go ask Andy. I don't know.
I mean, the league is doing pretty damn well.
Yeah.
It keeps making money. The contracts keep going up. And LeBron has been the face of the league, one of the premier faces at worst for 20-something years.
And he may also be the face of why people have been turned off to basketball.
I guess. I mean, there were plenty of people who were turned off by Kobe. Kobe was a polarizing guy for a lot of people.
The thing, or just Kobe's demeanor?
All of it.
Oh.
Or that Kobe dared to try to touch the sun that is equaling Michael Jordan. For a lot of people, it was, how dare you even try?
Really? I never got that from Kobe.
Absolutely.
No, I thought it was the same, similar game.
No,
maybe that's what it was.
But the idea that you would even dare try to put yourself on the same plane as Michael Jordan, how dare you? You're nothing but a Michael Jordan wristband wearing, gum chewing.
Yeah, but he was good.
Doing all the different Michael Jordan stuff. Like, you're nothing but a Jordan wannabe. For a lot of people, that was sacrilege.
Okay, so when you talk about Jordan and LeBron, people actually get mad. And sometimes it turns into fistfights. I'd never had that with Kobe and Jordan. It was a difference. And it was Beyond Borg. That was the headband I was talking about. Remember Beyond Borg?
Yeah.
That was the headband. That dude made the headband sexy, didn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
That was a headband era for tennis.
Yes, McEnroe had one on. Yes, man, that's what I'm talking about. That's what Lamar should do. That would scare the hell out of me. That'd be worse than Palomalu. If he came out there with a headband on, you have no chance today.
Yeah, it was, again, you had to be there, but it was a glorious time.
Glorious time to be alive, yes.
Tune in all week throughout free agency frenzy, tracking all the possible next steps for the Purple and Gold, the biggest offseason in Lakers history, powered by 710 by Pro Baller. Pro Baller, the official energy drink of the Los Angeles Lakers. Coming up next,
I'm questioning your professionalism based on that tease right there.
There were too many words together that sound alike.
Now you don't have a passion for teases. See?
I actually
Not a tease, but a liner.
I do have a passion for teases. What I love is awkward forced teases.
Oh, there you go.
And
See?
awkward transitions. I like doing live reads, like in the middle. I like to force a live read in the middle of a segment.
Can't play in the game plan. Needs to do his own thing. See, there you go.
Does not read the scouting report.
Not a good teammate.
Coming up next, we're going to do a little snake draft in honor of the anniversary of T2 was released this day, I believe in 1991.
And then Back to the Future.
Back to the Future, we are going to draft best movie franchises ever. That is coming up next on Travis and DeMarco. Andy Kamenetsky in for Travis, 710 ESPN.
Roars! LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
Your next Subaru is waiting for you at Subaru of Glendale. Check this out. Lease a new 2025 Subaru Crosstrek Sports CVT for just $279 a month plus tax for 36 months.
One at this payment. VIN S3733202. MSRP $32,189. $33.99 due at signing.
Call 888-855-6434 or check out SubaruofGlendale.net.
On approved Tier 1 credit through Subaru Motors Finance. No security deposit. 10,000 miles a year. Model code SRD-21.
You know I love the outdoors and adventures. Hey, it's Travis calling all adventurers. Page, Arizona is your ultimate outdoor playground. Snap that iconic shot at Horseshoe Bend. Then hike the stunning 11-mile rim trail. Explore one of 13 breathtaking slot canyons, including world-famous Antelope Canyon. Craving water fun? Cruise Lake Powell by kayak, jet ski, or houseboat, or float the Colorado River to Lee's Ferry. Make Page your base camp for day trips to Grand Canyon, Zion, and the Wave. Start planning your trip today at visitpageaz.com.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone. I went through it a while back. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again. At work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text. Text HOT to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful Fed incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast, absolutely free. Text HOT to 42424. That's HOT to 42424.
Products and statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or illness.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. Now mornings, 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN. Your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
It's a snake draft.
Before we get to the snake draft, the newly added age group for the T-ball tip-off presented by Children's Dental Fun Zone, ages 5 to 6. They're now eligible to participate, the little ones. Head to ESPNLA.com to sign up your little slugger. It's all happening July 11th at the West Covina Sportsplex. Head to ESPNLA.com, click on the T-ball tee-off card, and find the button for 5 to 6-year-olds. Thanks to Children's Dental Zone, we treat your kids as our own.
Nice.
Nailed it.
It is 9:45. It's a Thursday. What? But it's the day before a break, and so it's basically Friday. And Andy's here, and he loves the draft.
I do love the draft.
It's a snake draft.
I love me a draft.
Like Andy teased in the last segment was anniversary of Back to the Future, anniversary of Terminator 2, Judgment Day. We're going to draft movie franchises. And I'm counting a movie franchise as anything with 3 or more movies.
3 or more.
It can't just be 2 movies. All right? The order is DeMarco, Emily, Andy, Jorge, 3 each, 12 total, because that's all that's in the graphic, right, Anthony? Because Parker's somewhere else. DeMarco, you are first.
Come with me if you want to live. I'm dying to say that. Great line. Okay, so my first, and this is personal, right? Snake drafts are personal. Your favorite film franchises?
It's your draft, baby. Do it however you want.
Definitely number one on my list.
Twitter.
What'd you say?
Or you can ask Twitter.
Well, the top movie franchise on my list, I have to put this on because it's basically the soundtrack, the visual of my life. I've lived my life with this character. I got to put Rocky up there.
Oh!
The Rocky franchise is my number one. Yes, everything about it, winning the belt, losing the belt, getting it back, being rich, going broke.
Fighting Russians.
All that's left is the frickin' moon, and we'll be there next. And training Creed, all that stuff.
I was going to say, you get to include Creed. It's part of the world. It's part of the universe.
If you make more, I'll be there. I love the Rocky franchise.
Good pick. Great pick. I am thinking about, do I go with the Emily pick or do I go with the Cinephile pick? Because Cinephile pick, I felt like there's a pretty obvious number one overall pick for franchises. But you know what? I don't care. I'm going to go with the Emily pick. I'm going to go with the Nolan Batman trilogy.
Oh.
I think specifically the Nolan Batmans, I'm not going to count anything outside of that. The Nolan Batmans are my favorite franchise. The 3 of those, fantastic.
Okay, now point of clarification, because I had Batman on my list, but I was just going to take them all, like Batman as a franchise, like a property.
You can still take it.
Well, no, I was going to ask, does that mean that... I don't know if there are any other...
You can't take Nolan Batmans anymore, so therefore you'd have to choose a specific Batman.
But could I combine, say, like the 2 Tim Burtons and the 1 Matt Reeves Batman, or does it have to be all now by the same director?
I thought Batman as a franchise.
Whatever, I'll
everything.
take Batman. Whatever. Yeah. Okay, whatever.
Thank you for making this much simpler for an idiot like me, Emily. I very much appreciate it.
Yes.
And by the way, I think that's the better way to do it because now you get all of the
But
Batman.
I don't want all the Batman.
But you get them anyway. You didn't pay extra. You get them all.
But then I have some expired things
She's
in my
got
groceries.
Nolan's Batman. You got the entire franchise.
Whatever.
But I don't get the entire franchise because she gets the Nolan Batman.
I'm getting all the Batmans.
You're getting
Whatever,
them all.
Andy.
You're getting even Mark Hamill as the Joker. You're getting all of it.
He can't have Batman then.
I'm taking all Batmans.
Then you can't have Batman.
I cannot have Batman.
There you go.
All right, my number one. This franchise has been so freaking amazing, and nobody saw it coming at all
I know what you're
when
gonna
it
pick.
first happened. One Jonathan Wick.
Oh, that's not what I was thinking.
John Wick has been such an amazing franchise.
Yes.
I have not seen Ballerina yet, but the first 4 John Wicks are all straight bangers.
Same page, homeboy.
I cannot wait for the Donnie Yen spinoff.
You like that world, huh?
Love John Wick.
Yep.
They're great. Jorge, you have two.
Well, never mind. Go
All
ahead.
because they killed his dog, right?
It is all because they
don't
killed the
mess
dog.
with a man's dog
Do
or his
not-
car.
Yeah, do not mess with a man's
Nice.
ride. Do not mess with a man's dog.
Don't you touch my
So
radio.
my franchise also has a dog in it. His name is Einstein, and I'm going with Back to the Future.
Nice.
That's my movie, dog. My second pick, I'm going to take the James Bond franchise. I like a good James Bond movie.
Dude, that's solid.
Yeah.
It's a great pick. I
Yeah,
don't love. I've never been that into Bond.
See, you
They're
can't pick a
sleek.
certain Bond. You picked all of Bond, right?
Yeah.
Exactly,
Yeah,
all
you
of
can't
Bond.
Now we
cherry
have
pick.
Sean
clarified we're
Connery.
taking
I want the
all
Roger
of
Moore
everything.
Bond.
Oh no, that's
Yeah.
the smart
Yeah,
move.
yeah, yeah.
Because
Yeah, take all Bond.
people grading us. Let's
Yeah.
say they're more Connery people than Roger Moore. Jorge wins. Let's say you're more Daniel Craig than Sean Connery. Jorge wins.
Ooh.
Like you
Still?
please everybody.
Or you're like Emily and say, "Oh, but that part sucks," so it spoils everything.
You got to take Timothy Dalton too.
You
Yeah.
undercut Emily. Respectfully, you undercut your own investment.
Yes, the Pierce Brosnans are yours as well. There you go.
You
that
get
was
them
my
all.
Bond, by the way.
You can get George
That was the one I
Lazenby.
grew up watching.
You get them all.
Pierce.
You grew up with Pierce Brosnan
as
as
Bond,
Bond,
and then Daniel Craig.
I
Yeah,
feel
my
so bad
my
for
Bond
you.
was Daniel Craig.
Who was our Bond was Roger Moore, right?
I guess. Yeah, I mean, yeah. It was
End of
Roger
Connery
Moore.
into Moore.
Yeah,
okay,
GoldenEye, then they made the game for 64.
Yeah,
which was epic.
GoldenEye was fun.
Bro,
Oh my
GoldenEye
God,
So you get
yes.
Goldeneye as well.
Yes.
Goldeneye was a great video
Yes.
game.
Andy, your second pick, and I think I know where you're going, but
I absolutely love this franchise. Another one that began with modest origins and then turned into something huge. The Mad Max world.
Oh,
okay.
nice.
I
you
absolutely
son of a buck.
Fury Road, I think, was the best movie of it, either 2015 or 16.
Where did it
the
rank
year,
in that list?
Fury Road it was at 11.
It was 11.
Yeah.
There was a list of the top 100 movies of all time.
From
it was
the New
number
York
11.
Fury Road
Yeah.
is, I think you could argue, the greatest action movie ever made. It is that incredible. I really loved Furiosa.
Yes.
The first two with Mel Gibson are fantastic. Love it all.
Fury Road is my
And the world
second
building.
favorite. It's my second favorite of the whole franchise. The Road Warrior is always my number one.
It's great.
It's
great.
It changed the way I looked at everything. Which is it my turn next?
It's my turn.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So my pick is going to be one that I'm going to divorce this from its creator because F her, but I love this franchise.
I
It
know where
has
you're
so
going.
much to me. I
know where
love
you're
the
going
parks.
now. I know where you're going now.
It's so nostalgic for me. So Harry Potter. I'm going Harry Potter.
Yes.
Those are really good, actually.
I'm not going to see the new series on Max because same thing. But
Which
I really
part? The F her?
Yes,
Oh.
and also why revisit it? It happened like less than 10 years ago that the movies ended. The movies are great.
Question.
Harry Potter. DeMarco, you have 2 picks.
Oh, okay. Then I'm going to go ahead and steal the Matrix. I don't know if I have to. But just like the Road Warrior, it changed everything I thought. I swear to God, AK, look me in the eye. I swear to God, I came up with that idea. I have been thinking about that forever, and then there was a movie that matched what I was thinking, and I was locked in from the start. Did you feel the same way?
Not about the Matrix specifically, but for a long time. Because
am I living a simulation here?
I have
Yes.
a fear that my brain is somehow open for extraction.
Yes.
And my ideas get taken all the time by other people, even when I never share them with anyone else. I feel like somehow my brain is vulnerable. My creativity is vulnerable.
Blame pie.
Blame pie?
Yes. Well, that one I know who stole it. I know who stole the blame pie. It was John and Steve. And then, frankly,
They
all
stole
of
it?
ES.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
Blatantly.
I know Pros versus Joes came out of this mouth first. I was in an elevator at Fox, and next thing you know, there was a show. See? Aha!
I stole roars from
See?
Andy.
You did.
There you
Everyone
go.
steals from me.
Oh
And your
my
second
God!
pick.
So I have one more.
Yes.
Last one. This is hard. I should go Fast and the Furious just for the block. That would be fun. And it's been like 9 of them. But I'll take this one because it's my childhood and beyond. And if he makes another one, I'm there too. Give me Raiders of the Lost Ark. Give me Indiana Jones
It's good
as a
stuff.
film franchise.
It's
I
good
will
stuff.
be there. Yes, love it. It teaches you something. I guess it's like your national
It's
treasure.
gone downhill over the last couple, but the first 3 are really,
When
really
you came
fun.
out of the refrigerator. When he,
It's so
okay,
bad.
I get
It's
it.
so bad.
But like I said, Dominic Toretto jumped a car from space and landed it
in a Fiero.
In a Fiero. So anything can happen in this world. But I'm taking Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Do you count Tokyo Drift in Fast?
I do.
Yes.
It's part of the world.
So is Hobbs and Shaw.
Yes.
Hobbs and
there's
Shaw
like-
is fun.
So there's 11, I think, then, because
Yeah.
there's
Something
10.
like that, yeah.
It's Fast X was the 10th of the Fast. I don't know.
10
the dude-
Fury Eye and
What's
Yeah.
the guy that died and came back? The Asian dude.
Oh,
he died
oh.
in Tokyo Drift and then came back. I was so happy to
Han.
see him. Han. I was so happy to see Han again.
Yeah.
Did you
Yes.
see that apparently they're going to bring back the
I
guy who
know.
actually died in real
Paul
life?
Walker.
Paul Walker. They're going to have him in the
don't
next
do it.
movie.
Don't
Yeah.
do it.
Nope.
Please.
No thanks. Okay, I'm just gonna go with my heart because who cares? It's the day before break. I'm gonna go with a movie franchise that I care about, that none of you guys care about. I would go to the midnight premieres of these. I would dress up to go to the midnight premieres of
I
these.
am intrigued.
I have read these books multiple times. I read them in school.
Go
Hunger
on.
Games.
Ooh.
Oh.
I love the Hunger Games series, especially Catching Fire, the second one. Inject that into my veins. I love that movie. It has a lot to share about our society, how to live. Hunger Games is my last pick.
Have you seen that yet?
I've seen a Hunger Game movie.
Okay. I was a parent for that. It's like the obsession about it, but I never actually saw it. Maybe I need to, like Twilight. I never actually saw it.
I was going to say, I should have changed my Batman to Twilight
Yeah,
because
never actually saw it, but I understand the mania around it.
I apologize for the Twilight stands that I didn't take it. I should have. And to your last pick.
My last
Pick
one.
The Godfather, please.
I thought about it.
Pick The Godfather. Come on.
Can I guess yours?
Go ahead.
Planet of the Apes?
No,
Okay.
no, it's on my list, but
Okay.
I don't-
Alien.
No, the problem with my Planet of the Apes is I genuinely hate the original. I think it's really bad. I actually don't think the Tim Burton one is very good, but the ones that came after are quite good.
Yeah,
Really?
Mark Wahlberg.
That one's bad.
That one's actually
There's your guy again.
absolutely terrible.
Did he do a one-handed pull-up in the movie?
I am going to take a franchise that, other than James Bond, you could argue launched the concept of franchises, Star Wars. So much of franchises and IP
It's
and
the
universe,
franchise.
multiverses, whether you like it or not, whatever, it really originates with Bond and Star Wars. So I'm going Star
Action
Wars.
figures, franchise,
Oh,
the
yeah.
whole nine.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
All right, Jorge, last one.
I got kids, so I want to put one in for the kids.
Ooh.
Give me the Toy Story franchise.
That's on my list as well. I almost
Toy
went there.
Story franchise. Like,
They're really good.
Yeah,
Makes me
they are.
cry. The last one was really good.
Yeah.
The fourth one?
Yep.
Yes.
The third one's the one that makes you cry because they're about to burn.
Yeah.
And then they're
And-
holding hands and the
And then you wave to Andy as he goes to college. So some stuff we left off. No one got The Godfather.
You know what? I thought about it. I
Yeah.
really did think about it. It just doesn't seem big enough.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, but
It's huge.
Look, the first two are arguably the two greatest movies ever.
Yes.
So I really did think about it.
So no one took Jurassic World,
Nope.
Park, etc.
Happy to let that one go.
No one took Cars
Lethal Weapon. Ooh,
Lethal Weapon.
Lethal Weapon's a good one. Marco, come on, man.
or the MCU. No one took the MCU.
Rush Hour. Come on.
Rush Hour. Come on, there's too many of them.
You know what's on my list that nobody took and I thought
What?
might get taken, especially when you start getting into the animation? Spider-Man.
Oh yeah. Well, there's a lot of them.
That was on my list.
Yeah.
Sneaky trilogy franchise that I wouldn't have drafted, but they're a lot of fun. The Hangover.
Oh God, yes,
And
absolutely.
yeah, it has 3.
Poor
it has
giraffe.
3. and
Pirates.
All
Pirates.
3 are really
Pirates.
funny.
Pirates is fun.
Pirates.
Anything Marvel. You just have to say Marvel
Yeah.
because they're all
Yeah,
connected.
the MCU.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? It is kind of crazy, especially since our connection to Disney, that Marvel went unselected.
No, well, there's just too many. You can do Captain America. You can do Iron Man. You
Right,
can
but
do
that's the thing,
The
you get 'em all.
Avengers.
I mean, I took
You
Toy
get 'em
Story.
all.
I'm good.
Well, when she
I said
said
Star Wars. I'm fine.
when you said Nolan's Batman, I'm like, maybe I could take one of these Marvels, but I'm like, you got to take all of Marvel.
No, the move is just to take Marvel.
Yeah.
Then you get it all. That's the move.
There's some stuff I wish I I could leave off. You just wish I never saw.
It's like going to Costco. You just buy in bulk.
All I'm doing is waiting for Hemsworth to take his clothes off. I don't want to see this movie. See, that's all this movie's about. Okay.
All right, coming up. Not that we are going to ignore Clayton Kershaw. 3,000 career strikeouts.
History.
That went down last night. We are going to discuss the scale and magnitude of Clayton Kershaw's milestone. That is next. Travis and DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
Hi, it's LeBron. The Lakers play here.
710 ESPN.
KSPN, Los Angeles.
A good karma brands radio station.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. If you're ready to upgrade your driving experience, you gotta go and check out what's happening at Cadillac and their incredible new lineup of state-of-the-art EVs, sedans, and SUVs. And hey, look, there's no better place to experience the luxury of Cadillac than at Cadillac of Beverly Hills. Check out Cadillac of Beverly Hills and their beautiful showroom at 8767 Wilshire Boulevard in Beverly Hills. And check them out on the web at CadillacBeverlyHills.com.
Hey, John Ireland here for Thrive Cybersecurity. We all know in sports that defense wins games and turnovers kill you. That's also true in business. The truth is 1/3 of businesses will unwittingly turn over their sensitive company data to thieves this year. Don't let that happen to you. Remember this website, thrivenextgen.com/ESPN. Thrive starts with a comprehensive cyber risk assessment. Their security analysts identify gaps and deliver proactive solutions to help keep your network healthy and protected. It's not a matter of if, it's when. Get ready. Visit thrivenextgen.com/ESPN. That's thrivenextgen.com/ESPN. Play defense, use Thrive, and protect your business.
Have you checked out the new Park West Bicycle Casino? Only 9 miles from downtown LA, right off the 710? The bike has been reimagined with new ownership, renovations, and 200 table games. On July 1st and July 15th, buy in for $100 and get $100 in Lucky Chips plus $50 in free play chips. ESPN listeners get $30 in match play when they walk in and say, Cappy sent me. Park West Bicycle Casino. Real cards, real prizes, real close.
Please gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER. GAR-001291, 001289, 001292. PSIS license number 1358.
This is the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Now weekdays 9 a.m. to noon on LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
The ravine rises, ready to erupt.
That's awesome. Way to go, Clayton.
Clayton Kershaw last night in a win against the White Sox.
Way to go, man.
Records career strikeout number 3,000.
3,000 Ks.
3,000 strikeouts.
That's awesome.
This is now part of a list of being one of just 11 pitchers with 3+ Cy Youngs. He is the only pitcher to ever lead baseball in ERA 4 straight seasons.
Wow. Lowest
career ERA in the live ball era among pitchers with 1,500 innings pitched at 2.52. He's got 10 All-Stars. He was the MVP in 2014 as a pitcher, which is not easy to do at all. Just an incredible storybook career. That he's still even doing this.
He's still doing it.
He's still doing
this. The plane landed for me last night on him, asking Travis, Dodger fans, about Clayton Kershaw, talking about Clayton Kershaw for the better part of a year, being on this roster and all this type of stuff. The greatness, his postseason shortcomings, all of that. And why he's still here and what he means to the Dodgers. It all landed last night after he got he got his 3,000th strikeout. When they showed the anthology, they went from strikeout 1 to this one. And you see how much this team has changed over. Like about 100 different times, different managers, different players, different everything. The one constant is him. That was awesome.
Well, this is one of the things that makes a guy who ends up a lifer with your organization great. Like beyond all of the achievements and the accolades and the history and hopefully the success and championships with that team, you literally watch that person grow in front of your eyes. Like, literally. It's a cliche.
Yes.
But we saw this with Kershaw. We saw this with Kobe. Like, we saw this with Magic.
Yes.
Like, you see these guys go from
kid,
either teenagers,
to married,
young
to father.
adult, right?
Yeah.
Like, we see all these things happen. Like, for me, for example, I years ago, I was doing some assignment for ESPN, the magazine. I don't even remember what it was, but I went, like, what the gist of it was. But I went to some hotel where the Gatorade High School Players of the Year in different sports were being awarded.
Yeah?
Kershaw was the baseball guy.
No way.
So I saw Kershaw as still a high school kid. Like, I met him, interviewed him, like, as a high school kid. I was covering the Dodgers for the LA Times, doing their blog coverage.
Oh, no way.
When Kershaw got called up. Like, when he actually first ended up a regular with the majors, in the majors, with the rotation, all that stuff. I have watched Kershaw go from kid to adult with, I think, now 5 children on the way.
Yeah.
Like, it's incredible.
Did you go bonkers when you saw it? Did you go crazy? I know Dodger fans did, and they said he broke his little routine for the first time ever, which is awesome. When you acknowledge the crowd for the first time, that's a big damn deal. That's how you know it's huge.
Well,
it's big to him. Yeah.
Kershaw is at a place now, and he's talked about this, where you really start recognizing what it all means to have done all this, and like the magnitude of not just your like accomplishments, but I think like your connection to a franchise, like in like what you have meant,
and to the sport you gave your life to
the sport, to the franchise, to a city.
Mm-hmm.
Like Clayton Kershaw he's not just a baseball icon. He is a Los Angeles sports icon, and there's a high bar for that.
But that's what I mean. Before that, I mean, being a Dodger, being the best Dodger, being on the Mount Rushmore is one thing. He's been a pitcher his whole life, and here you are at strikeout number 3,000. You know what I mean? Like, that's a pipe dream that no one ever gets to, and you just did it. And he did it in the most Kershaw way possible. Like, you waited as long as you could to get that last strikeout. You know what I mean?
100 pitches, which is the most he's pitched in 2 years.
Yeah.
Right. That is the most Kershaw thing I've ever heard in my life.
It's funny. Like, the fact that he was out there for 100 pitches lets you know that he was aware of this, and he wanted to get this thing done.
Yes.
And he was cognizant of the moment. He was conscious of the moment.
And so were they. I'll say the coolest thing I've ever been around as a teammate. Okay, winning Super Bowl, national championships, all great. One of the coolest things I've ever been around was Jackie Slater playing in his 20th season.
Oh, yeah.
I played in years with him, 19 and 20. So I'm at the very tail end. I have no idea.
I forgot that you played with Jackie Slater.
Right. So it became like important for us, number one, to get Jackie to the game so he could start and play and get credit for it. And then it became important for us to win the freaking game. So we could carry him off and be celebratory the whole way. So credit to the Dodgers for understanding assignment and getting this thing done, plus Clayton Kershaw getting strikeout number 3,000 on the same night.
Well, you know, it's funny that you bring up someone like Jackie Slater, who is absolutely, I don't need to tell
20
you
years,
this,
one team, same guy.
and beloved in that organization.
Yep.
Like, beloved.
Yes.
And when Kershaw got drafted by the Dodgers, like, everybody knew the talent. Like, his talent was obvious. Like I said, he was the Gatorade High School Player of the Year for baseball. But I remember when he got drafted, everyone talked about his character. Like, this is a good guy. This is a good kid. Like, we believe in him as a person. And the fact that he's been with the Dodgers this long, that doesn't happen unless you believe in that athlete as a person beyond just the talent. Because after a while, it becomes a partnership.
Oh, you get the nod if he's a great guy, no doubt. But he's still valuable to this team, and this is what Travis was talking about. This may not end this year. I personally think if the Dodgers roll into the postseason and he actually pitches in the postseason and in the World Series and they win one, then he walks on out the door.
I suspect that'll be the case as well.
And you'll never touch the ground again.
It's impossible to prove a negative, but it wouldn't surprise me at all if Kershaw had been able to pitch last year during that World Series run, if that had been his last season. Because it's so rare for players to get like the John Elway, where you go out on top with a Super Bowl and then you're gone.
I'm almost glad
he
didn't pitch last year during that World Series run, because imagine if he got rocked and you lose.
Yeah.
Right. And it's hard enough to talk about Clayton Kershaw without talking about the postseason struggles. Imagine if he got rocked in New York and you lost that series. So, but it would be nice if you can go out like that and on top. But if he doesn't, look for him to stick around again.
Yeah, I mean, this really starts coming down to how much longer do you want to do this? Because like last night, he gets the 3,000 strikeouts, but there was efforting. And Clayton Kershaw cannot blow past pitchers anymore.
No.
Like, he can't overpower you anymore.
You are winning with 80 poo. Right. You are winning the Indy 500 in a Hyundai.
but if you win it, it's because
you're a hell of a driver.
You're the best driver out there.
You're dang right you are.
And Kershaw is now getting by on control and scouting reports and knowing exactly what he's going to do, like precision planning. But it's harder. Like, this is harder for him. In the same way, LeBron is still playing at a high level. But if you watch him, you can see the sweat. You can see the work. Like, it used to look
on Bronny.
I mean, you saw it last night. It was very clear. That's why he had to get to 100 pitches, because he was sweating.
And after a while, it starts turning into, LeBron has talked openly about this. I believe Kershaw's talked about this. It's, do I want to do all of the things that make it possible for me at this age to play? Like, there's work that goes into this.
If you're baseball, you should retire before LeBron does, because you can play basketball forever. You could suck at basketball and no one would know. You cannot suck as a pitcher and get away with it.
Especially not a pitcher.
Heck
that is one of the most naked positions out there.
Right. Everyone's going to know. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So if you're him and you can find an easier path off, and he may wind up as a talking head on the media. I hear that's
if he wants
the newest thing.
He would be great at it.
You think so?
Yes.
Okay.
I based on, when they do the in-game live mic stuff with different players, which, side note, just lets you know, these guys are great athletes and they have a great skill, but just what is demanded of you during a baseball game is so much different than a basketball game, football, hockey, whatever. You can't do that in those sports.
Yes.
Kershaw is so good in those live mics, when you take an inning and Kershaw talks you through it. He's so good at it.
I would love to hear it.
In ways that earlier in his career,
he just wouldn't.
I would have never guessed Kershaw would be loose enough
It's
for
a part of
like
the sport. It's a part of their prep. I mean, sometimes you just don't want to. You'll talk yourself out of doing something the more you talk about it, so they just don't talk. But they have a lot to say. This is baseball in general. The second thing is, I keep getting this. Have you heard or seen a lot of Matthew Stafford doing interviews?
Not a lot.
Not a lot. Have you guys, Emily, Matthew Stafford doing interviews?
I've seen him on podcasts here and there, but not a lot.
I've seen honestly more of his wife doing interviews than him.
I swear on this fruit right here. Every time I hear Kershaw or Stafford talk, they sound alike. They almost look alike.
That would make sense.
And they're from the same part of town,
they
playing
grew
on
up
the same
together.
team. Okay.
They're buddies.
It sounds the same. I mean, it makes sense that they would have similar accents.
But they kind of look similar to the way they talk. Listening and watching Kershaw answer questions, their mannerisms are the same.
It's like the way after a while pets and owners start looking the same.
Is that what it is?
Like
okay.
Just after a while they evolve into the same person?
Yeah. I think that's cool, though. Can you imagine playing on the same Little League team and then you wind up being the starting quarterback and the greatest pitcher of all time in the same city at the same time?
It's awesome. I mean,
that would be so cool.
Lamar Odom, Elton Brand, and Ron Artest all played on the same AAU team growing up, which, by the way, also had Eric Barkley and I think Speedy Claxton. They used to destroy everybody they played. But those three guys in particular, they're all high lottery picks. Elton Brand was #1 overall. Not only did all three of them get to the NBA, and they all had very good careers, they actually all played together at different points in the NBA. Like Lamar Odom, Elton Brand played together with the Clippers. Elton Brand and Ron Artest played together with the Bulls, and obviously Elo and Artest played together with the Lakers.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That is really cool.
Like
that
they have been friends for so long on and off the court, and they actually had their professional careers intertwined like that.
That's between Stafford and Kershaw. I'm dying to see it. I haven't seen it. I would love to see that Little League picture. Has anyone ever seen that?
Yeah, they put it out
Have
there.
they? I need to see that.
There.
I want to see them doing the Little League pose. I want to see both of those guys on there. But congratulations to Kershaw. That is fantastic. The better part about it is the Dodgers won, and you still can't count him out as being one of your most important pitchers down the stretch here.
Speaking of high-level baseball, mark your calendars. Friday, July 11th at the West Covina Sportsplex. Don't miss your chance to press the flesh with us.
In public.
In public. Root on your favorite 7-10 personality during the summer tradition unlike any other. Live broadcast and event begins at 9 a.m. with, Travis and DeMarco. The festivities for the 7-10 All-Star Game gets underway at 6 p.m., all at the West Covina Sportsplex, 2100 South Azusa Avenue in West Covina. Oh. Be sure to bring your coolers and your lawn chairs. It's going to be hot for an all-star Friday night made possible by our friends at Rotolo Chevrolet. See what the fun is all about at Rotolo Chevrolet. And speaking of Matthew Stafford, could the Rams be taking a swing at another superstar defensive player? That's coming up next. Travis and DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
Mason and Ireland on 710.
The biggest show on the radio.
You know, breaking up is a tricky thing.
Yeah. How do you do it? I've never really done it. I just ghost.
Just ghosted?
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel guilty breaking up with somebody when I was growing up, obviously.
Yeah.
So I would instead do things to try to get them to break up with me.
Oh.
Because that would assuage my guilt.
Yeah.
Then I don't have to worry about the guilt of it because, they were done with me anyway, so fine, it's over.
Right.
Now, is that what LeBron's doing? Is LeBron trying to send a message that he wants to break up, but he won't come right out and say it, and he's putting pressure on them?
I think if you're a player of LeBron James' stature, you never want to be in a position where you're not happy someplace.
Mason and Ireland, coming up today at noon.
On 710 ESPN.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
Waba Grill is an LA original, so we've got to keep it real. Real fresh with our Asian-inspired menu that's grilled to order every time.
Pick me up and never put me down.
Real quality with our marinated proteins like hormone-free chicken, ribeye steak, wild-caught salmon, and shrimp. Enjoy $5 happy hour weekdays after 3 p.m. with our 5-piece pork veggie dumplings and a value-sized premium beverage drink like our creamy and delicious Thai tea. Waba Grill. Keeping it real every day for you.
Need assistance with door and window projects? The Home Depot can help. From inspiration and materials to ordering and installation, our free Millwork virtual apron service can get you moving and doing. Plus, we speak Spanish too. Our associates can help you tackle complex jobs without you leaving the job site, saving you time and money. Call us at 1-833-HD-APRON or visit homedepot.com/MVA. The Home Depot. How doers get more done.
SoFi Personal Loan is here to help you achieve something once thought impossible: overcoming high-interest credit card debt. Walk the tightrope of your finances with one low, fixed-rate monthly payment, no fees required, and as soon as the same-day funding. That's right. Pull off your own debt-defying stunt with a SoFi Personal Loan. Visit SoFi.com/trick to learn more. Loans originated by SoFi Bank, N.A., member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply. NMLS 696891.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. Now mornings, 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN. Your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
You know what? Can I confession time? I just told you this, so I'll say it again. Thank you. The Kamenetsky brothers, right?
Mm-hmm. I'm familiar with our work.
Why do I assume you guys are twins?
I'll tell you what I think it is. I think we get lumped in with the Sklar brothers.
You're right, you do.
And what's
okay.
funny is because
you're right.
Those guys are from St. Louis,
yes.
Randy and Jason. I grew up with them. I went to elementary school with Randy and Jason for like 3 years. Through like grade school and stuff like that, I was really good friends with them. Like
yes.
And when I was little, I used to look like them, especially like back in the day when everybody had the bowl cut.
Yeah.
So,
but you and your brother look nothing alike. I don't know why, but I keep thinking you guys are twins.
I think
it's because of the Sklar.
I honestly think that's what it is.
Yeah.
Is sort of I don't know if people realize we're all from St. Louis, but I think it's just their high-profile brothers and twins, and we get lumped into that as well.
Yep, I do. I just asked you, like, hey, when's the last time you talked to your brother? Well, what, you're twins, right? Oh, you're not twins. You look completely different.
No, I'm 3.5 years older
This
than
is true. And you shouldn't talk to your little brother. Like, they don't talk to me. You're right.
Look, I talk with Brian just about every single day.
You're the older brother. You don't talk to him. You talk at him.
Look, the truth is we both have super busy schedules. We both have kids. Like, there's only so much get-together time that we need. And I talk to him damn near every day because we do a podcast 5 days a week.
When you're not working, do you talk to each other?
Yeah.
Sometimes, right.
Can you watch that podcast?
You can, actually. It's on YouTube for the sickos who like to watch. It's called Locked On Lakers. By the way, the Locked On Network, they do a podcast for every single sport in all four, hockey, baseball, football, basketball, college sports, whatever. 2 of those podcasts, Locked On Rams, Locked On Dodgers, hosted by one Travis Rogers.
Oh, my gosh. Nice.
So
there you go.
have it.
I love how you go right to that robot.
I actually heard Travis this morning. I was on the way
Did you
here.
really? Okay, talking about the Rams?
No, I was listening to him doing Locked On Dodgers.
Oh, Locked On the Dodgers.
Locked On Dodgers.
Dodgers. I bet he's happy.
Yeah.
Live from Philadelphia.
3,000K.
While stealing the Declaration.
Yes.
The Liberty Bell. All that stuff.
Yes.
So TJ Watt and the Steelers, Emily's Steelers, they are in negotiations for an extension, and reportedly those negotiations are not going very well.
Wow.
And because they are not going well, and TJ Watt was not at the mandatory minicamp during all these negotiations, these often end up the precursors for a player leaving an organization. There's been some speculation about where could TJ Watt maybe get traded to, a team that would actually give him the money that he wants, the contract that he wants. Jacob Kameneker, is that how you say
He's from USA Today.
Kameneker from USA Today has some potential landing spots for TJ Watt, and one of them, DeMarco, includes our Los Angeles as a potential spot that TJ Watt could land with. A, do you think the Rams can do this? B, do you think the Rams should do this? And then I guess C, do you think the Rams will do it?
I forgot what A. You got too far on C. But no.
Should, will.
First of all, okay, who are the Steelers paying if they can't pay him or don't want to? Cam Hayward, Highsmith, Queen. Rodgers is making 14.
Emily's excited about that.
Usually that's where the money is tied up. Why wouldn't you want to pay TJ Watt?
I think the idea they're going to. They're just being hard-headed. I just think that.
I believe that.
I think the Steelers will get this done. But there's a world in which TJ is just getting the ring around and
they're paying
might say,
DK11. I mean, they're not really paying anybody top dollar except for him. I agree with you. He's probably going to wind up being a Steeler. But if the list includes the Rams, hell yeah. Absolutely. Yesterday, right now, twice on Sundays. I could care less who you have. The only guy I wouldn't pull off the field is Verse for TJ Watt. I would line them up at the same time and say, you're not throwing the ball.
Would you give up both picks next year? Both number one and both first rounders?
Both ones? Yeah, he's 28 years old, right?
30.
30.
Is he 30?
He's 30.
30 years old, 8th year in the league.
But literally equates to winning. If he's playing, your team wins.
2 firsts is too much. 2 firsts is way too much. Isn't that the movie Draft Day with Kevin Costner?
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 firsts is way too much for just about anybody, even someone as good as TJ Watt.
One first?
1 first rounder, we can talk.
Okay.
Absolutely. I think definitely verse 1. 15 sacks, 22. He had a down year in 2022 with 5.5. 19 came back. 11.5 last year, and he wasn't healthy. Of course you'd take him. That's instant pressure off the edge.
Would you give up the first that the Rams are getting from the Falcons? Because that's one that a lot of people are earmarking as your potential quarterback pick.
Right.
Because nobody's expecting the Falcons to be that good.
Like I said, if I was the GM, I would be fired because I would go all in to try to win a Super Bowl, and I would say, let's just kick the can down the road on that quarterback, which is what they have done. They've gotten pretty lucky with Matthew Stafford. I would probably give up 1, but I can't give up the future anymore. You've got to replenish that quarterback spot, so not 2.
Well, here's
one we can talk.
Here's the thing, too. because you mentioned going all in. There's no point to having Matthew Stafford on this roster at all if you are not within reason always looking to make all-in moves, because otherwise, why have a quarterback of his age and be putting off finding and grooming and developing that future quarterback? Like, there's no point to doing this if you don't have Stafford.
Well,
vice versa.
There is, yes, and the point is to win Lombardis, and then I'll worry about 26 and 26. I'm worried about this season right now. That's how I think. But I would say this: if you're Matthew Stafford, if you're guys on a football team, and you have the opportunity to bring in a guy as good as T.J. Watt, which improves your chances of winning a freaking Lombardi, which is the entire point of what we're doing year to year. If you could do that, and you have to take a little less, you do it. If you're a guy like Kyron and Puka who are getting ready for paydays, and they said, you know what, I got you, but we're going to pay this guy right now because this almost guarantees us a spot in the dance, you would do that as well.
Do you think
that's how good he is?
Do you think most players would do that, though, in a sport like football where your money can be taken from you in a second?
I don't know if players would probably hate it because you're thinking about you and you only and your home team, your family at home. But GMs would definitely do that. They would go to you and say, I know I'm supposed to take care of you right now, but we have a chance to get that guy. I want to put this guy on my D-line so we can all become champions. Are you not down with that? Right. Every player says yes to that, and then we'll worry about the money.
Do you know, I mean, and I'm putting you on the spot, so you may not know this, and I wouldn't blame you if you didn't. When you mention a guy like Puka or Williams, like, I will take care of you, but we want to get this guy now, how long then do those guys have to wait before they're taken care of?
Well, you don't really. Well, if you're expecting a new contract this year, and then the money is spent elsewhere, that probably means you're going to have to get your money from the open market. It's not going to be here.
See,
but you're on the team now, and we're bringing in this guy, so you're here now. The payday you were expecting probably won't come from us.
See, this is the thing. If
that answers your question,
it does answer my question. If I'm Les Snead, the way I would look to try to do this is go to some of the guys who've been paid first and say, look, can we do something to restructure your deal? Can we do something where maybe you take a little bit less?
Yeah.
Because we need to make sure, as much as you want to get a guy like TJ Watt now because he can help you now, guys like Williams and especially Puka, I think they're too valuable to let get out on the open market. So I would go to the guys who've already been paid, already have contracts in hand, and say, what can we possibly do to restructure this?
So that's
before you go to the guys who've never had a payday in the first place.
Same thing as going to LeBron and asking him to take less money. How dare you? I wouldn't want to do that. Would you? I wouldn't want to go up to Matthew Stafford and say, hey, look, we're going to give you less money after what he's given me, or Rob Havenstein, or any of the guys that have earned it. The guys that haven't earned it yet, that still have a chance to, you can still be a millionaire. Go ball out.
Except
you just won't get paid
but if
here.
If you get hurt.
That's always a possibility.
Right. But you want that possibility to happen while you're already paid.
I would rather hurt those two guys' feelings versus going to my starter and pissing him off by saying, I need to take some of your money back. Especially when you give me max effort and you're the reason we're in games.
That is a but
I'd rather you be mad at me.
You cannot accuse Puka Nacua of not giving max effort either.
But what if you make him mad? What's he going to do? Not play? He's got to play. I mean, I'd rather make them mad versus the guy I've already paid.
That's really interesting.
Yes.
And you understand these dynamics better than I do, and you understand what it means to be one of those guys. I don't know if you were ever asked to take a pay cut or anything like that, but you understand those dynamics better than I do. But it seems counterintuitive to me for the smoothest way to do it. That's really interesting.
You know what's the best thing for any NFL? It sucks for the player and the position, but the best thing in the world is a pissed off running back. That is a pissed off, underpaid running back is the best thing for your football team.
If you want to guarantee that Kyron Williams does not put the ball on the ground again,
yes,
it's certainly one way to do it.
I think I'm worth $8 million a year. You know what you say? Prove it. Great. That's great for everybody. Right? He runs for 2,000 yards. We're in the postseason. And I still don't have to pay him.
Okay, there's a logic to the way you're explaining this. Again, it's counterintuitive to the way my instincts work on it, but there is a logic to the way you're explaining it. Coming up next, a little Factor Cap. We're going to play that on Travis and DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
The fun way to drive home is with Sedano and Cap.
Coming up today at 3 p.m.
What? You got to do a cat-cow. You know how to do that? A cat-cow stretch. A what?
A cat-cow.
What is a cat-cow?
You get on your fours and then
show them. Go in there and show them.
I can't. All right.
Let me see it. I think I know what you're talking about. I do it every day. But I didn't know it was called a cat-cow.
Cat-cow.
Well, get in front of the camera, guy.
You got to get on your fours and do this, and then you got to do that.
Yeah, I do that every day. I do that every day. I do cat-cow. Cat-cow. Moo. Meow. Moo meow.
I'm here.
Namaste. I just Googled image cat-cow and yeah.
Cat-cow. Is it different than downward dog?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I mean, cat-cow is not downward dog.
Yeah. It goes
One's a moo meow and the other one's a rrr.
Sedano and Cap on 710. The fun way to drive home.
Sedano and Cap.
Oh, hey.
Hey, thanks for meeting me here. It's just, you're my only lawyer friend, and I need your professional opinion. You see that brand new Hyundai Tucson out there? That's all I paid for it.
Let me get back to you on that. Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get 0% APR for 60 months, plus 0 payments for 90 days on all Hyundai Santa Fe models. And check out our other great deals at your Hyundai dealer today. Offer ends September 2nd. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. In the market for new flooring? Why pay more at big box stores? At Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, every day is a deal, no gimmicks. Call 866-62-FLOOR or visit them online at hernandezwholesaleflooring.net. No sale beats wholesale.
Hey, Joe Fortenbaugh here. Whether you're locking in your home run picks or riding with your favorite golfers this summer, ESPN Bet is your sportsbook for all the action. Go from checking stats on your favorite teams and players to placing bets in just a few taps. Plus, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet app and sign up with the promo code JOEQ to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Adam Schefter here for Vivid Seats, your ultimate destination for all your sports and concert needs this summer. With a game-changing rewards program and an unbeatable selection of tickets, they make it easy for every fan to watch their favorite teams and players in action. Catch every home run and thrilling comeback in person from your favorite seat. Plus, every ticket is backed by a 100% buyer guarantee, giving you peace of mind with every purchase. Visit VividSeats.com or download the app today. Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN.
You never have to miss a moment of LA's mega sports station. Get the all-new ESPN LA app.
Just search ESPN LA in your App Store or Google Play.
Download, tap, and bam!
You got 710 ESPN in the palm of your hand.
The most followed sports radio station in the world.
In the world. That's right. In the world.
710 ESPN.
You know it. Yeah, tell your friends.
At ESPN Los Angeles on Instagram, Facebook, X, YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch.
We're naturally entertaining.
Yes. LA's mega sports station. 710 ESPN.
Here we go. It is Factor Cap time. Factor Cap on the Travis and DeMarco Show. Each weekday around 10:30, producer Emily serves up what's going down, and fun and frivolity ensues. Special thanks to the law offices of Joseph S. Normand for making Factor Cap possible.
It's Joseph S. Normand. It's Factor Cap on the Travis and DeMarco Show on 710 ESPN. And if you've been hurt in an accident, let me help you. Call my office at 213-747-2000. That's 213-747-2000.
Let's do it. Factor Cap right now.
Take it away, producer Emily.
Welcome to Factor Cap.
Thanks, Joe. Hi, guys.
Aloha.
Ahoy, ahoy. Yay, yay.
Happy July 3rd. It's going to be a fun celebration over the weekend. And a lot of places are choosing to forego traditional fireworks and instead have a drone show and do different things in the sky. It can still kind of emulate fireworks and do really cool things in the sky. But I still would rather have the real traditional fireworks. You know, it's once a year that I want the fireworks out there. So, the drone show and the firework are the same to you. Andy, Factor Cap.
Question, because I do not know this. Do the drones have the same noise as the fireworks?
I am unaware.
Okay. Because there's a part of me that says cap if that's the case. Because the noise is, I think, for a lot of people, the reason they don't like the fireworks, whether you have kids, dogs, or both. It can be noisy and upsetting to your house. Like our dogs don't necessarily dislike the fireworks. One of our dogs, to be honest, is borderline deaf.
Yeah.
But a lot of people I know that have dogs, the fireworks scare the bleep out of them. So the noise to me would be the difference with factor cap.
All right, DeMarco,
yes.
they're the same to you. Drones
a deaf
or fireworks?
dog? What a great life. Seriously. Your food is brought to you. They let you out. You don't have to listen to anybody. What a great life. I'm going to go.
That is one spin on it.
I'm telling you. I'm going to go cap, right? You got to have the fireworks. It's got to be the big boom. I like the boom. Don't you guys like the boom? I like the explosions. I like the unexpected.
I am good with the boom. I'm just speaking about what would be the main difference between the fireworks versus the drones. Visually, they might be pretty similar.
I want real fireworks shot out of cannons, and I want to be wowed and Drones are fun, but you don't get that.
I know I'm a party pooper, but let's just, confine the fireworks to like a 30-minute period. Like maybe from like 7 to 7:30 or whatever gets dark. So 7:30 to 8.
You mean the actual show or people lighting off stuff in the street?
I would love it if the entirety of the 10 billion people in Los Angeles, that if we all agreed that 7 to 7:30 or 7:30 to 8 is your only fireworks time, but no one will agree to that, and it'll go to 2 a.m.
I hit the basement. Yeah.
But you can't sleep.
If everybody, though, coordinated that half hour, man, would the sky be amazing. If all of LA was doing their fireworks in a half-hour period, I have to say, Emily's plan is interesting because for like half an hour, you're going to see things you've never seen before.
Kaboom,
right, or Culver City is 7:25. You got Santa Monica at 7:40.
I want a half an hour of fireworks across this entire city, and then it's
all at once, and it's over.
Then 7:30, done.
Light up the sky. Okay, what are you smiling about? You've been smiling this whole time.
Because I've seen both. I've seen the fireworks and I've seen the drones. You don't really hear the drones because there's music playing and it's so loud that you can't hear the drones going. It is cool to see the drones because they can create different figures, whatever the theme is. They can create whatever you want. But it's cool when you see a firework go in the sky and it creates its own figure as well.
Yes.
Plus you hear the boom and plus all the different colors. I prefer a fireworks show, and then if you keep it at 30 minutes, that's cool. But I want to see the fireworks. I mean, that's what 4th of July is all about.
I was at a party once, and I swear, it could have been we just partied too much. This thing exploded, and it looked like Miss Pac-Man. Like, it took the shape of Miss Pac-Man with his mouth open with the bow. Like, how do you do that with a firework?
I don't know.
That's amazing.
That is cool.
Wow.
All right, so I saw Jurassic World Rebirth yesterday. And it's in the Jurassic series, which none of us took in our snake draft of movie franchises. But, every Jurassic movie is, they started to do the park. Oh, no, are people going to go? Are they not going to go? Whatever. So let's pretend there's a world in which there's a Jurassic Park in real life in Cincinnati, Ohio. That's the real Jurassic Park they created. You would go. You would go and be on the safari through the Jurassic Park. DeMarco, fact or cap?
Fact. Are the Jeeps on rails, or can we just drive around through the park?
You can drive around through the park, but keep in mind, just like in the movies, people can be taken off in pterodactyls.
I'm in. Give me the best guide you got, and let's go. That's safari. Absolutely. Fact.
Let me tell you, that place has got the most ironclad of waivers. They are covering everything if this park actually exists. And DeMarco's rules, you're allowed to just drive around free range, whatever. They are making sure we are not liable for a damn thing, you idiot.
Right. You can be eaten and killed in here.
But you would go to this, Andy. Yes, fact or cap?
Fact.
Thank you.
I mean, I would. If this thing really existed, I would want to see it. I don't know if I would
want to see a T-Rex.
I don't know if I would drive around as recklessly as DeMarco plans to. Like, I don't think I'm going to go off unsupervised to like the far corners of Jurassic Park where there are no staff members.
I'm
and
not
it's just
going to Skull Island. No.
But yeah, I would want to see this. I absolutely
There
would.
are a couple things that aren't my business: space, the ocean, and
Oh.
dinosaurs.
Dinos.
I'm not going through any three of those. You can leave me out of that. Jorge, you would go to Jurassic Park.
Cap, I'm with you. Space, I mean, it would be cool to go,
Space
but
is-
I wouldn't see it. But in the ocean, when was the last time you went whale watching? See, you haven't done that. So
4 years ago.
Yeah, right, but see, like it's
Yeah.
not something that you look forward to. Like,
I do.
I gotta go
love
see
it.
the
cruise
blue.
was
No,
fun. There's
no
a big
way.
old eye in the
Nah.
water. It was right there.
I'm cool. Like, I don't need to see
Yeah.
a T-Rex. Like, whatever. Like, I'm cool.
You know what I didn't like about Jurassic Park, the whole franchise? It wasn't bloody enough. There's T-Rexes out there. I expected more.
It is, yeah. It is
Yeah.
PG-13, so they gotta
Well,
keep that.
If they redid it, like, and really did it, I'd love it.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
it is a franchise geared in part towards kids, so you can't make it too terrifying, or else you're going to lose a massive chunk
Okay.
of your audience. You want the Blumhouse
Just
version.
imagine, I want a realistic, if you had a T-Rex in Los Angeles,
You want-
and you're not trying to sell action figures.
You want like the Blumhouse Saw version of Jurassic Park.
A T-Rex loose in L.A.
Which, by the way,
Yes.
someone ought to make. Like, it's kind
Right.
of surprising that the really gory version of the Dinosaurs Loose movie has not been made.
It hasn't been made yet.
But somebody got eaten from a porta potty in the first one. You remember? He's inside
Yes,
the porta.
I do. Ripped it off, and yeah. See,
Half of my theater yesterday was young children.
Exactly.
And you could tell because they were not well behaved. So, Back to the Future anniversary today. If you had to choose between either visiting the future or the
Ooh.
past, you would choose the future. So, future is fact, past is cap. Jorge, fact or cap?
I want to visit the past. I want to see what my parents were like. I want to see, like what my grandparents were like. I like that. I want to see that. Like
Future also could be very bleak.
Right, but again, we don't have access into the future, so I have that.
See, if
it's
you
a
have
mystery
kids,
to
this
me
is
tomorrow.
weird.
So
Yeah.
it's I want to hang out with my parents. I want to see what that's like. So I'll go to the past.
This is a tough answer because my original instinct was I'm taking the past because every single passing day with the future, I like less and less of what I see. So I
Yes.
don't know if I want to fast forward. But then I thought about it. I'm like, the past, there's some bad bleep in there too.
Oh,
like
yeah.
And maybe you don't want to know your parents or your parents' parents' parents.
I don't know if I want to, go back to the time of slavery. I don't know if I want to
No,
go
not
back to
that
like
far.
medieval.
Yes.
Well, no, but that's the past. Like
Yes.
there's a large, life was rough
In
during
your lifetime.
frontier times.
In your lifetime.
In
That's
my
not
life.
the question.
Oh, you mean any time in
I said
It's
okay.
like I told
Here's
Emily
the
when she
scenario.
drafted Batman. You get them all.
Here's the scenario. You get into this car. It only has a button for future or past. You don't get to choose where you go.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Future then. Probably you go past? Okay. Because, wait, I got to make sure we get off the right spot.
DeMarco, you may need to take future.
Wait a minute.
Whoa.
Wait a minute. Think about it. We may go back to the wrong time
Yeah,
here.
you kind of have to take future by default. Well, I don't know. Look, man. Look, as a Jewish guy, I can tell you, we have traditionally been pretty unpopular too. I don't know the right time for me either.
Yes, I would love to take my kids back to 1985. If I could, I'd go back to 1985 and stay there. That was a great time in my life, and I would love for them to see me at that age.
You know what we're talking about? When do you set the hot tub time machine?
85. I would start there. But if I only had one button, I have to go future.
My daughter desperately wants to live the 80s. She's obsessed with the 80s. She loves a lot of 80s movies, 80s music, 80s culture. She desperately wants to live the 80s. So maybe I would just take past, hope we land in the right spot, because she really wants to live that.
Really? Okay.
Yes.
I know my kid would freak out. Like, okay, it's time for school. Have a great day. It's a mile and a half down the road. Go ahead. Walk. She wouldn't know what to do.
No, neither would mine. Factor Cap brought to you by Joseph S. Normand. You have many choices with your legal team, but family always comes first. Call 213-747-2000, the law offices of Joseph S. Normand. Call 213-747-2000. That's 213-747-2000, or visit normandlegal.com. Okay, there was a report out there about something that Rob Pelinka did that he's accused of doing involving Dorian Finney-Smith. And if this is true, and I want to emphasize, I have no idea whether it is or isn't, but if it is, this could be a fireable offense. Explain that coming up next. Travis and DeMarco Show, 710 ESPN.
The OGs of LA Sports Radio.
That's Mason in Ireland.
Crazy. I was stupid and young and reckless. Stupid, young, and reckless. It's great to be that way
to me.
at some point, yeah.
Mason in Ireland. Weekdays at noon.
On 710 ESPN.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
One of LA's best kept secrets in the heart of Los Angeles, East Central Hotel offers effortless accommodations and unparalleled accessibility. The East Central Hotel is for everyone looking for entertainment with their trendy, spacious rooms, a renovated gym, and a patio lounge for breakfast, dinner, and drinks. Stop by their incredible Nixo Lounge before your next event at LA Live. Book your stay at eastcentralhotel.com or call 213-748-1291 today at Entertainment's official address.
Switching to Progressive is a game-winning call. And that reminds us of other game-winning calls in the history of sports.
So it was the fourth quarter and we're down by 5. Sweat pouring down my face. Suddenly it hit me. If only I could wrap part of the towel around my forehead. And that's how I became the first basketball player to wear a headband.
Okay, not really a game-winning call, but it was a good call. You can make one too. Switch to Progressive and you could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
Get in the zone, AutoZone. Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Hey, that's the spirit. Right now, we're celebrating free with a free STP oil filter when you buy 5 quarts of oil and free Duralast brake pads when you buy 2 rotors. Like always, free battery testing, charging, and recycling at every store. Celebrate free at AutoZone, now through July 28th. Get in the zone, AutoZone. Restrictions apply.
This is the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Now weekdays 9 a.m. to noon on LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
I don't even know this song, but I love this beat.
Real quick before we get to this report involving Rob Pelinka and Dorian Finney-Smith, 2 things. First of all, I want to remind people next Friday, July 11th at the West Covina Sportsplex. You can join 710 all day. Don't miss out on special activities like meeting our friends Bailey, the LA Kings, the mascot, and at 12 p.m., the Rams cheerleaders are going to be there between 1 and 3 p.m., all happening at the West Covina Sportsplex, 2100 South Azusa Avenue in West Covina. Be sure to bring your coolers and lawn chairs for All-Star Friday night. Special thanks to All Pro Plumbing and the Jaime and Blanca Foundation. Also, passing along, news broke today that veteran character actor, veteran tough guy, Michael Madsen passed away at 67. Cardiac arrest. He's best known for Tarantino movies, Reservoir Dogs.
I just took all the wind
Hateful
out of my
Eight,
sails.
He's
Kill
also
Bill
in
movies.
Thelma and Louise.
Thelma and Louise. Free Willy.
Free Willy.
He was the rare sweet guy, like tender,
guy.
sweet guy, good guy in Free
And I
Willy.
hated it. I wanted him to be the worst guy on screen. You know, the Reservoir Dogs, Michael Madsen, that's where I fell in love with it. That's too bad, 67 years old. So Sizemore and Michael Madsen are now off this planet.
And it's funny because
wow, that sucks.
There was a period where, and Tom Sizemore was a very, very good actor.
But kind of the same role, sleazebag, dirtbag, that
similar
dude.
roles, and also Tom Sizemore, very well documented, had a lot of substance abuse problems.
Issues, yes.
And it could create problems on the set. He had issues in his personal life, some criminal accusations and things like that. And I used to always feel like Michael Madsen must be watching Sizemore going like, why can't I get some of those roles?
Right.
Because I'm basically Sizemore, but without some of the same baggage. They were both really,
Whatever
really
they're
good
in,
actors.
they make it better. Whatever
Really
scene
good
they're in, they
actors.
make it better. I love Donnie Brasco. I love when he played.
Oh, he's great.
He
Donnie
played Sonny
Brasco.
Black. Yes, very good. Just a bunch of anything Tarantino related. He's in it.
Yeah, so
it's awesome. What did he turn down for Wyatt Earp?
I don't remember.
There was a movie he turned down for Wyatt Earp, and he regretted it. And it was the Kevin Costner Wyatt Earp one, and it was a rare moment where he wasn't the bad guy. He was playing Kevin Costner's good friend, like his brother.
Tombstone.
He turned down Pulp Fiction.
He did turn down Pulp Fiction. That's what it was.
He was offered the role of Vincent Vega in Pulp
John
Fiction.
Travolta.
Right.
That's it. That's what it was.
Well, there had been talk, by the way, because
he was Vega in Reservoir Dogs.
Right.
He was going to be that in Pulp Fiction, and he did that instead.
Well,
That's what it was.
There had also been some talk that Tarantino was going to create a Vega Brothers movie.
Yes.
With Michael Madsen and John Travolta, these brothers who became hitmen in the Tarantino universe.
Yes.
And
would have loved it.
I would have
loved it. Would have loved
also, he was the brother of Virginia Madsen.
Yes, another person we love.
Terrific actor.
Yes.
So,
have you seen Hateful Eight?
Yeah, I actually
great in that too.
I just watched the Hateful Eight like last week or 2 weeks ago. It's long, but it's really good.
It's really, really good. If
really
you get
good.
a chance to watch the extended version, it's even better.
So,
yes,
again, shout out and condolences to Michael Madsen's friends, family. Really great actor. He will be missed. So, Dorian Finney-Smith ended up leaving the Lakers for the Houston Rockets. He got a longer deal than reportedly, by all accounts, the Lakers were willing to give to DFS. I believe it's like 4 years, 14-ish mil per season for DFS. It's going to take him through his age 36 season, which in and of itself, I could understand if the Lakers, that caused them some trepidation. And sometimes things just fall apart. It had been assumed that DFS would return, if for no other reason than the Lakers gave up 3 second-round picks to bring him in. He and Luka are extremely close friends, but things happen sometimes. But there was also a report, and I want to qualify this by saying I do not have confirmation of this being true or not. I believe it was first reported by Anthony Irwin from Clutch Points, also the Lakers Lounge podcast. I know Anthony, this is not something Anthony would just make up, and he does do asking around stuff like that Rob Pelinka had been kind of proactively chattering to execs around the league that Dorian Finney-Smith, knee, ankle, in worse shape than you might think.
Really?
Kind of a problem.
Telling people he's hurt?
A little bit of whispering, a little bit of that sort of thing, like planting seeds that DFS was more hurt.
How shady can you be if that's true?
Right. And Dorian Finney-Smith did have off-season ankle surgery. He's been known to have recurrent ankle issues for a while. When the Lakers traded for him, they knew about this because the thing was going on in Brooklyn. And I want to emphasize, I do not know that this is true or not. This is just a report. But if it is true, this is something the Lakers need to take very seriously. To me, this would be a fireable offense because this is something that will prevent you from getting other players down the road. If this is true, if you are known as...
If that gets around, you'll never sign another free agent.
If you are known as president of basketball operations for the Lakers, and you will actively undercut the value of players, the money players can get, you start messing with their money in free agency in order to keep them, you're going to become known as, I don't want to play for that team.
Shady.
I do not want to play.
You become Suge Knight.
And look, there's a part of me that believes this would not be true just because it is so recklessly stupid. This is recklessly stupid.
The story or him doing that?
The alleged action.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm not calling out Anthony's reporting.
God, if I'm Rob Pelinka's people, I'd be stamping that out ASAP because that is a crappy thing to have on your name.
Yeah, you do not.
You're messing with people's money? That's crazy.
Especially, too, if you are Rob Pelinka, who, I'm being candid, his reputation is that a lot of execs around the league don't like him anyway.
I keep hearing that.
And the situation with Mark Williams, the trade that was rescinded.
Another thing that went nowhere.
Right. And
he got failed in the physical.
Right. And look, Mark Williams has had a lot of injury issues, and I find it, to be fair to Rob Pelinka, perfectly believable that you could look at his medicals and there could be things that popped up even knowing Mark Williams' injury history, that surprised you. That may have even surprised the Hornets.
But you could do that with anybody that you didn't want to sign. Well, you could have probably done that with KD in Houston if you didn't want to sign, if you got cold feet. We didn't like his medical.
I would like to think that this was on the up and up, and they really thought we are not prepared, based on what we just found out in these medicals, to give Mark Williams an extension. Because if you trade for him with everything you have to give up, you have to extend him at that point. You're going to feel pressured, and Mark Williams is going to have a lot of leverage in those negotiations.
And they got cold feet and blamed it on the medical.
Well, that's one thing that may have happened. The other thing that may have happened is, whoa, we did not expect this. Even knowing his injury history, this is something we did not expect. We cannot do this, even knowing there's been some injury history. But if it was cold feet,
who just signed Mark Williams?
The Suns just traded for him.
So either the Lakers are very smart or they're very stupid.
Well, I mean, the Suns
same medical, right? Same guy, or did he just magically heal overnight?
Suns are a really poorly run organization.
Two things can be true at once.
Well, I'm just saying. I mean, the idea that the Suns traded for Mark Williams does not make me think automatically that Rob Pelinka did anything wrong.
It's not like OKC got him or something.
Right. Okay.
The Suns are a really badly run organization.
Just two stories that pertain to medical about one guy.
But again, if this was true, this is to me a fireable offense.
Should be.
Like, this is something that needs to be stamped out immediately.
What would you call this? Sabotage?
It is sabotaging the livelihood and it is sabotaging the value on the open market of players.
How does that benefit you if you're Rob Pelinka to tell other teams about his knee?
Because what you're hoping is that nobody else will actually sign him, and he won't get the type of offer that Houston gave him.
And then you get him.
Therefore, you get DFS on your terms. You get him on a shorter term
deal. That I
deal.
understand. That's crappy and shady, but I get that.
That would be, and again, I do not know that this is the case, but that would be the motivation for it, is you are dampening, chilling that market for DFS, and therefore, because there are no other offers, you end up being able to keep on your terms.
If that's where you're going, then I would stop short of firing him if that's what he did. Because what he's doing is benefiting the Lakers. It's just underhand and shady to the player.
But it doesn't benefit the Lakers. It may benefit them.
But if I can get him back for cheap.
But here's the thing. It has to work.
Right.
If it doesn't work, then you are actually hurting the Lakers. If that's the way you're going about doing this, you are hurting the Lakers' ability to get other players down the line.
But aren't you saved by the fact that since he walked out the door, you get the mid-level exception? You basically get two players in return. So I'm not getting him, but I'm getting better or equal for less money. I wouldn't fire him.
Here's the thing, though. There are a lot of different moving parts at the same time. If you do this, I guess maybe you had the previous knowledge that Deandre Ayton, he's going to have a buyout. Nobody's seeing this coming, but a buyout is coming. That guy might be in your back pocket.
Oh, yeah.
But
I'm sure he had prior knowledge.
Right, but I'm just saying that's a lot of moving parts. That's a lot of spinning plates. That's a lot of things that have to work out exactly the same way. And to me, that's not worth it. You can just not re-sign DFS. If your end game was, well, DFS walks, we'll get Deandre Ayton and Jake LaRavia, then just let DFS walk.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm pulling back off the firing thing. I was wrong. It seems like he's just trying to improve the Lakers and get a guy he wants cheaper.
And ruining your reputation in the same time.
Well,
that's
the problem. He didn't actually ruin it because it may not be true.
It may not be true.
And he got a great deal anyway.
Again, if this were true, if I'm Rob Pelinka's boss, he's gone.
Or they're stupid for signing a guy with a bad knee for 4 years.
I would not.
I would tend to think that the news he was putting out about the knee was wrong or inflated.
To me,
by some.
In the long run, you are going to do more damage to yourselves for your franchise, especially at a time when you are looking to try to build around your generational superstar in Luka Doncic.
Yes.
You want to have the fullest capacity to bring in as many players as you want. If you get a reputation as somebody who will do your own players dirty, not to mention...
You're not going to get players.
Right. Not to mention, too, whatever politics could come from, you didn't just do this to DFS, you did this to one of Luka Doncic's best friends, the guy you're trying to get to commit to you long
Maybe
term.
we had this wrong because no one was beating down the door to get here as far as free agency is concerned, to be a Laker, right? And we'd always assumed that maybe some guys don't want to play with LeBron because it's tough to be in that aura, that gravity, that shadow, right? Maybe it's Rob Pelinka. Maybe it's already around about people. This dude is shady. Maybe that's the reason you can't get some free agents to come here or consider the Lakers.
Again,
Who knows?
If this were true and I was somebody in charge of the Lakers, Rob would be gone.
Wow.
So I hope it's not true. I hope it's not true because it's a bad way to run your organization.
I would leave that boardroom saying not fire him, though.
Speaking of the Lakers, Alan Hahn over in New York, one of their better. Where does he work for again? I forgot.
ESPN New York radio station, but he's also on Get Up, First Take, all the morning shows.
Alan Hahn, ESPN New York. He wants LeBron with the Knicks, and he's making his case for it. We will get into that. Coming up next, Travis and DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
Hi, this is Sean McVay of your LA Rams. The Rams play here. KSPN, Los Angeles.
710 ESPN.
A good karma brands radio station.
Ignite your afternoons at Waba Grill's $5 happy hour with our 5-piece pork veggie dumplings and a value-sized premium one beverage drink. Like our zesty dragon fruit mango lemonade. Enjoy $5 happy hour weekdays after 3 p.m. Only at Waba Grill.
Hey, John Ireland here for Thrive Cybersecurity. We all know in sports that defense wins games and turnovers kill you. That's also true in business. The truth is 1/3 of businesses will unwittingly turn over their sensitive company data to thieves this year. Don't let that happen to you. Remember this website, thrivenextgen.com/ESPN. Thrive starts with a comprehensive cyber risk assessment. Their security analysts identify gaps and deliver proactive solutions to help keep your network healthy and protected. It's not a matter of if, it's when. Get ready. Visit thrivenextgen.com/ESPN. That's thrivenextgen.com/ESPN. Play defense, use Thrive, and protect your business.
Hey Rams fans, it's your quarterback Matthew Stafford here. Join me for Walk United LA at the Rose Bowl Stadium on July 20th. Participants can walk or run to support fire recovery efforts and our most vulnerable LA communities. Learn more at walkunitedla.org. See you there.
This is the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Now weekdays 9 a.m. to noon on LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
Those guys we got left, Michael Madsen types.
Yeah, we were just talking about Michael Madsen, R.I.P., passed away.
Sizemore.
I believe today, age of 67, cardiac arrest.
Michael Wincott. Another guy.
Great character actor. You know his face, even if you don't know his name.
And he's got the voice, and he plays good sleazeballs.
What about Jesse Plemons?
You know, I thought he was a better actor, leading man type, but if he wants to slide into that character, I'm all for it. I like him.
He rarely plays leads. He's almost always a supporting character, comes in for a couple scenes, steals the show in the scenes that he's in.
My type of dude, yes.
Mads Mikkelsen, too, the guy from he's Norway? Danish?
Yes.
Danish. He's up there, I think, as like the kind of menacing guys you can put into
Jesse
a movie.
Plemons does unassuming menacing in a way I've never seen before, like where he looks totally nonchalant and almost childlike, but he scares the crap out of you.
Imagine him with a straight face putting on like latex gloves. That's terrifying, right? Yes, something bad is
you
about
don't even
to
have to
happen.
imagine that hard. You're basically just picturing him as Todd in Breaking Bad.
Yes, going into the store, buying plastic, duct tape, surgical tubing. That's bad.
He does smiling psychopath as well as any actor I've ever seen.
No doubt. Have you looked at Black Mass?
No.
Johnny Depp?
The Johnny Depp movie. Yes.
He plays a great
he's really good in
man.
that.
Yes, really good.
He's really good in that when Johnny Depp's playing Whitey Bulger.
Yes, just like that. I was Winter Hill. Yep.
Get ready. Next Friday, July 11th, the West Covina Sportsplex. Join 710 all day long. Don't miss out on special activities like practicing your puck shots, meeting Bailey, and a special legend appearance by Darrell Evans at our 710 All-Star Game. All happening at the West Covina Sportsplex, 2100 South Azusa Avenue in West Covina. Get your coolers ready for All-Star Friday night. Special thanks to our friends over at the Kings. I got a new glove that I got to break in.
Oh, you hit the cages yet? No.
I've not hit the cages yet, but my glove, and really it was Brian's glove. I was borrowing it from him. My car got broken into. They only took stuff out of my trunk, but my trunk was filled with basically random sports equipment. This was great.
They did that to me too. They took my random swim gear.
I had 2 pickleball paddles. Both of them were procured through various pickleball tournaments we've had here, and I hope we have another one because those are really fun. No, they were given to you.
Oh, okay.
They were given to me.
Procured.
They stole one of my pickleball paddles, but left the other one because the other one has my name on it.
Oh,
my name and at Cam Brothers.
They can prove it. They can prove it's not. Yes.
Yeah. So they lleft that one.
And we live relatively close.
Yes, we do.
So there are some sports bandits in our area.
Oh my god.
Because they literally just took. There are more expensive things in my trunk, but they took my swim gear for some reason.
They only took things out of my trunk.
They're trying to have like a youth sports team for some way.
Even Deandre got broken into. They stole his shoes and a backpack.
I would not want to get caught by Deandre breaking into his car.
Oh,
He's a big dude.
But also, I mean, was it in his trunk or is it in
his trunk and in the backseat? They took a bunch of stuff. He says.
Yeah, don't leave anything in your backseat. But
too bad. That sucks.
Okay, but speaking of
Sportos
Deandre,
benditos.
Los Deportes benditos.
Yeah,
I guess it would be Los Benditos Sportos.
No,
just stop. Is what he's saying. Let it go. Yes.
Speaking of Deandre, there was a video that he put out there calling up Mace of Deandre and Funch grounding some fielding some ground balls. Funch's throwing technique is interesting. Yeah, his elbow's up real high. Yeah, he's more like throwing a shot put than he is throwing a baseball. So, what team is Funch on again?
He's going for MVP.
There you go.
Is he on Cappy or is he on Mace?
He is on Mace.
Okay, that's good.
Funchy has a good time at the softball games.
You know, I will say this.
We could carry him.
I don't know. I don't know Funchy's sports background, but in high school, I did shot put and discus, and doing shot put did mess up my throwing form.
Oh, he's on
Do
our
you
team.
think that Funchy looks like he threw a shot put or discus?
I just trying to give him the benefit of the doubt.
Oh my god. I just realized we got Funchy on our team.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness gracious.
You got everyone else.
Get that elbow down, bro. Oh, my God. Wait a minute now.
Just put him at catcher, which is where everyone puts me, which is the
I think he did play catcher last year.
Yeah.
Let him pitch. There you go. Just lob it up there and just get out of the way.
Let Funchy cook.
So I was watching Get Up earlier, and Alan Hahn, who is an ESPN New York guy, he wanted to make the case as if he was directly speaking to LeBron for the case to why he should go to New York. I'm going to play it for you guys and see what you think.
First of all, like when again, I go back to the statement that Rich Paul said when he talked about wanting to have a team that can compete for a championship, when he wants to play for a championship. And as Wendy said, there's only 1 year right now. So this could be a farewell tour. So put all that stuff together, and you have to think, where is the fastest, easiest path to the NBA Finals for LeBron James? It's the place he has avoided his entire career. That's right, everybody. It's right here in New York.
Oh, boy.
I want to see. I dare him. I double dog dare him. Like, if you really, really believe in all the words you're saying right there, the one place that you know you could go, all you have to do is say it. Sing it if you want, like Sinatra. New York, New York. If he does that, that's a gigantic narrative that you know he loves. They all love that. Like, they love being part of the story. And it's a place that you could say, if he comes here, there is a path to the NBA Finals. And let me remind everybody, this New York franchise, the Knicks, it's more than a half century since they won a championship. He has 4. He's not going to catch Michael Jordan with 6, right? But a lot of people think if you win one here, it's like equal to 2.
True.
So just think about that. If you want the best story possible, because I'm all about the story, LeBron to New York is the best story.
Keep it a buck. 100% agree.
Look at
you
Alan
get one
Hahn.
there.
Look at Alan Hahn, by the way, with his fuzzy math. Like, one championship in New York equals 2 in any other world.
That
you
would
will
mean a
tie
lot.
Michael Jordan.
That would mean a lot if you go to New York and win a championship.
You would have
That
a
would mean a
franchise
lot.
that would love you unconditionally.
They have not been to the final. Forget championship. They haven't been to the finals since 1999.
Yes.
They've not
That
been to the
would
finals
change
since.
everything if he goes there and wins a championship.
That would be a BFD.
Big time.
Big time BFD.
Big time. And what was the first part of that was I don't think he would do it. I don't think he would want the heat.
Interesting.
I don't think LeBron James would want the pressure of going to New York and playing for the Knicks and trying to win a championship, because the best have tried and failed. It's been how many years?
They have not won a championship since, I believe, 1973.
Okay, so if you go there and fail, you're just like the rest of them.
You are just like the rest of them.
Exactly, which is exactly why I would avoid it if I.
But if you become in it, by the way, a wide open Eastern Conference that is not particularly good, there is no clear front runner. That is the reason why Orlando and Atlanta have been so active this offseason. They recognize Boston is not going to be in that mix. Cleveland showed some vulnerabilities, and Darius Garland just had toe surgery. Indiana, not likely to get back to the finals with no Tyrese Halliburton.
Damn, that's sad.
Orlando is rising, but we haven't seen it yet. Atlanta really took a rise. They haven't seen it yet. Detroit is moving in the right direction. Have not seen that yet. The Knicks got to the Eastern Conference Finals.
The East is wide open, my man.
So if LeBron wanted the opportunity, at least in theory,
Kobe didn't do it.
To be the
Jordan
guy,
didn't do it.
To be the guy,
he did it.
To be the guy that takes the Knicks all the way there since 1973. This would be the time to do
Not
it.
only do I dare you, LeBron, I double dog dare you.
Double dog dare you.
I double dog dare you to take that challenge.
Do you think he puts his tongue on the pole like at the Christmas Carol?
I double dog dare you.
Not the double dog dare.
Yes.
That would make great television if Alan Hahn had done that.
And go play in the Rucker while you're at it.
Ooh.
While you're at it.
Look, you mentioned that heat, and there is no media market, even including Philadelphia, because they're just pissed off surly. There's no media market where you are under a microscope more than New York.
And they're not going to give you what you want. They're going
not
to come
gonna
after
give
you
what you
every day. Yes.
But if LeBron wanted the final chapter to his career that nobody has done since 1973, and he becomes a guy that wins his 5th championship now with 4 different franchises, there's a possibility, too, with that team, he could end up finals MVP. That makes him finals MVP for 4 different franchises. That's a hell of a story. That's a hell of an ending.
That's another thing that he's done that no one's ever done. But that wouldn't get me. I think if he won in New York, that would mean more than any other outside of Cleveland.
Okay.
That was big for Cleveland. It would be second only to winning a championship in Cleveland.
Okay.
If you did that. Maybe even more. Because that same media that would come after you every single day and hammer you and ask the question you don't want answered and force you to be that guy. You know, the New York media.
Oh, yeah.
If you win there, they will love you forever.
Okay, so
they will treat you like LT.
With that in mind, this only happens if he gets traded there. Would the Lakers potentially participate in a trade sending LeBron to the Knicks? What would be potentially in it for the Lakers?
Yes.
Getting to that coming up next. Also, the Dodgers. 3 All-Stars. None of them include Mookie Betts. That is all coming up. Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
Mason and Ireland.
Can you do a cartwheel, John, if you were pressed?
I used to be able to, but I haven't done it in so long.
I've not done a cartwheel in a really long time. I'm sure I can.
The biggest show on the radio, weekdays at noon.
On 710 ESPN.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/LA. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/LA right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/LA. ZipRecruiter.com/LA. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6759. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
This is the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Now weekdays 9 a.m. to noon on LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
My college theme song. Sir.
Get ready next Friday, July 11th, the West Covina Sportsplex. You can join 710 all day long. Don't miss out on special activities like meeting our friends. For example, Bailey, the LA Kings mascot, at 12 p.m. The Rams cheerleaders between 1 to 3 p.m. All happening at the West Covina Sportsplex, 2100 South Azusa Avenue in West Covina. Be sure to bring your coolers and your lawn chairs for All-Star Friday night. Special thanks to All Pro Plumbing and the Jaime and Blanca Foundation. So Alan Hahn, ESPN New York, dared LeBron.
Double dog dared.
No, I double dog dared him. Yeah.
Double dog dared him to have the huevos to not just request a trade.
He won't do it.
Request a trade from the Lakers, but request a trade to the New York Knicks, the mecca, the spotlight, the pressure. Be the guy that delivers the first championship since 1973. Hell, the first finals appearance since 1999.
It actually fits, right? Because you don't have to really blow it up to put them on the floor with Brunson and Cat, right? You can keep those three together tomorrow go at the East.
This is interesting because one of the proposed trades,
and it fits,
when this has been talked about, I believe Bill Simmons, among others, have suggested the idea of trading Cat for LeBron, essentially straight up. I don't know if there's a little bit of salary filler that you have to throw in there because I don't think their salaries exactly match.
Lakers get Cat, they get Bron?
Yeah.
No.
I would not. I would have done that, or at least would have heavily considered that.
You said Bill Simmons, right?
Well,
career Celtic fan.
This is okay. This is one of the things you have to remember now. I'm a big fan of Ringer content, big fan of Ringer podcast. Respect everything Bill has built over at the Ringer, and he is perfectly entitled to be the Boston Celtics diehard that he is.
Of course you can.
Well within his rights. Any trade suggestion he makes, I promise you, is not with the idea of making the Lakers better.
Definitely not.
But the larger problem with me isn't even the Bill piece of it. It is now that Deandre Ayton is on the team, I don't like a front line of DeAndre Ayton and Karl Anthony Towns defensively.
Okay,
I think
fair.
that's a mess.
Fair.
Pre DeAndre Ayton, yeah. Post
without LeBron? Okay, because you have Luka. Luka and Kat together.
With DeAndre, with Austin Reeves, like that's a mess.
I'll go with it.
I don't like it.
Okay. Without Ayton. If you didn't have Ayton and it's Luka and
I would
Kat.
seriously consider it. Cat's
okay, that's where I'm at. I'm right there with
Cat's
you. Okay,
a really
we're on the same
good
page there.
Player, but now that DeAndre Ayton's in the mix, no, I don't like that.
Okay.
But then you think about, for example, and I don't know if exactly the money works, but like a package involving, say, Mitchell Robinson and Mikal Bridges or OG Anunoby, like start strengthening yourself along the wing defensively, start strengthening yourself with three-point shooting, like something where you are trading LeBron for pieces of the Knicks.
I want to go back to what you said before the break when you expertly teased us to break. When you said you don't think the Lakers would be interested in sending him to New York, I thought you're out of your mind. If he
I don't remember saying that.
I thought you did. Maybe I misheard you. Maybe it was your tone.
It might have been my tone.
Maybe I didn't say it properly. But if LeBron...
That's a callback.
And tell me if I'm wrong about this. And this is how me and Trav feel, I think. If LeBron actually said, I want to be traded to Team X, they would do it.
I think
they would stand up, shake his hand, and say, we'll make that happen.
Oh, I think that the Lakers at this point, if LeBron requested a trade, I think the Lakers would work to try to make a feasible trade.
They wouldn't fight to keep him.
Oh, no, I don't think they would fight. Because at this point, if LeBron wants to leave, what's the point of fighting to keep him?
Right. You give him a firm handshake. Thank you for all you've done. Come back for the statue.
But what I don't think is going to happen, and this is one of the areas we talked earlier about the Lakers regaining a lot of control in the power dynamic between Lakers and LeBron. Once LeBron opted into his deal, and there is no threat of an exit like with another 1+1, all that sort of stuff, LeBron doesn't really hold any cards here.
Right.
Other than the fact that he can veto a trade because he's got no
trade clause.
trade
Other than
clause.
the fact that he's LeBron James.
Yeah, he's LeBron James, and
Yes.
because of that, you're going to treat him respectfully,
Of
and
course.
you should. You should try to do right by LeBron, but not at your own expense. Because LeBron is going to want a deal with the Knicks or Cavs or whoever, if he requested a deal, that allows him to join a team that he likes, that has a roster that he likes. And the problem there, and this is what's going to make it complicated, the Lakers went through this in 2007 when Kobe demanded a trade, and they at least explored it. There's inevitably going to be players that the Lakers want and that LeBron wants to play with. So you start reaching a place where, no, we want this guy. No, I want this guy. We want this guy. I want this guy. And LeBron can always nix the deal.
Right.
So any deal involving LeBron and the Lakers and Team X, it's a 3-team deal, essentially, because 3 different parties have to sign off on this, which makes it complicated. And that's in some ways where LeBron has to even just be careful about how strongly, how viciously he uses his no trade clause. Because if you keep turning down trades, all right, but then you're stuck where you don't want to be.
Right.
So LeBron, even with his no trade clause, is in a place where he has to give somewhere else he doesn't get what he wants.
And it's all over for he's going to play for the Lakers this year.
If I had to bet on
just wrap your head around that.
If I had to bet on it, he's going to be playing.
It is what it is. It's all just fun and games, but you know what's going to happen. Wasn't Deandre Ayton, wasn't it a 7-team deal? Or multiple team deal?
No, Deandre Ayton is straight up free agency.
Okay.
He was not an employee of any team when the Lakers, he was brought over in a buyout. That's just a free
period, end
agency
of story.
sign.
Okay.
Yeah. But there is reportedly, and I don't want to get into the weeds of this because it's too confusing, but there is some type of 7-team deal that I think
maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
The impetus of it is essentially the Kevin Durant trade to Houston, expanding it out. So
for him to get there,
for him to get to Houston,
17.
But then it could allow other teams to do certain things if the Suns need to offload certain guys because of cap implications. Same thing with different deals, whatever. The Lakers reportedly
you're giving me a headache.
Again, I don't want to get into the weeds of this until it's an actual trade.
Right.
Just
I want to talk about LeBron in New York. That's
it's too
fun.
confusing.
Yes, I would love to see him go there and try. I really would.
It would be a story.
And you know what? I'd actually be rooting for him to do it. If LeBron actually got the Knicks to championship level and beyond, and they were in the finals, regardless of who was playing, even the Lakers, I might be rooting for him.
No.
I might be rooting for him. I want to see him do that in New York.
I'd be perfectly happy seeing him do it in New York, but not at the Lakers.
You'd like to see the Lakers put out that torch in the finals against LeBron, and that'd be funny.
I don't care. Well, I want the Lakers to put out the torch in the finals of anyone they play. I don't care if it's LeBron or not.
Wouldn't that be great?
But I'm not going to be rooting for LeBron to beat the Lakers.
What
no.
if he wound up in Dallas and you had to see him in the playoffs? Wouldn't that be freaking scary? And AD at the same time?
By the way, that's the point where you really start thinking the league is rigged. Because there are just too many coincidences.
What do you mean? Think about it then. What do you mean then?
It just confirms your priors.
Right.
All right. Speaking of high-profile star players, the Dodgers have 3 of them as starters in the All-Star game. Shohei Ohtani, Freddie Freeman, Will Smith. No Mookie Betts. And this is coming at a time where Mookie had to take a mental health break.
That is your fault, Mookie.
It was basically described by Dave Roberts, yes, as a mental health break.
It was a mental day quote. Right. Yes, but it could be used as a
I am jealous of the love Shohei's getting, so I'm going to go play shortstop. Okay.
Well, that's Travis's theory.
Or you use it as motivation.
That's human nature.
Yeah,
Come on.
The capability of what someone could do. Maybe I could do something greater too.
No, but I want to break records. He went 50-50. I want to move into shortstop in the twilight of my career.
And it has raised the question, and by the way, I listened to the latest, or two of the latest Locked On Dodgers on the way to the station, Travis now hosting, and he did broach the idea of whether or not this move to shortstop is affecting Mookie Betts. Like in terms of, I doubt it's the pressure of playing shortstop because he's been playing short, I think, pretty well. Like, he has not been floundering in that role at all.
But it's physically taxing.
It is physically taxing. There may be more prep work for him on a daily basis to play that position than he needed in right field, that it could be affecting him at the plate. He has been all season, he has not offensively been at Mookie Betts' standard level. And like the last 3 weeks or so, it's been pretty rough.
Yes.
Do you think there could be correlation?
Yes, obviously. You don't do it the way he did it. Usually you do it the opposite way. You go from short to the outfield.
Yeah,
you want to move less, not more. It just reminds me of Barry Bonds and McGuire. Barry is jealous of the attention they're getting for hitting home runs, so he does what they do and breaks records. So you got Shohei Ohtani, who is loved by everyone. He's basically an ATM in Japan for you. He's doing 50-50 stuff. Let me move to short so I can get some of that love.
Do you consider that motivation rooted in jealousy or inspiration?
More inspiration, but it's kind of the same thing. It is. I want to do something. I want to challenge myself as well. Let me move over here and show you I could do it. Right?
Yeah.
But the problem that he's having the reason he's having a power outage at the plate is because he's probably doing too much in the field. But that's your own doing.
Well, how much do you think it could be a factor, though? And it's become forgotten by this point, but Mookie had that weird illness going on that I don't think it's ever been quite defined.
He dropped like 15 pounds?
Right. And he came back to playing much quicker than anybody expected.
What I think? You know what I think about that when he dropped all that weight and you couldn't they never told us what it was, right?
Right.
It's classic overtraining. I think he overtrained. I went beyond and his body rejected. Like with boxers and weigh-ins. Sometimes they go too far and it affects their performance the next day.
Well, do you think, though, and I mean, you have as much experience as anybody here in terms of training at professional athlete level, like this is no joke. Do you think it's possible that the work that he was doing, whether overexertion or trying to get back on the field early or both, may have caught up to him now?
I think so.
And maybe it's exacerbated by the move to shortstop, but this might have happened anyway.
I think so, and this is what I do not get because it's not how I was raised or how I've been around team sports. Your manager should have moved you back to right by now. It's obvious. We all know what's going on. Figure out a better situation at short and put him back in the outfield.
The crazy thing,
but you can't go back now if you're Mookie. You're out on this challenge. You're sailing across the planet with you and a cat, and now you got to make it to the other side without sinking.
The crazy thing about this, and maybe there is a correlation. If there is a correlation between the move to short and Mookie's offensive slump, then yeah, it needs to be addressed, and maybe it does require moving back to right field permanently, or maybe splitting time
what else
between
could
the
it
positions.
Be? All of a sudden, he just can't see anymore?
But what's crazy about it to me is that if that's the cause of it, it's happening at a time where just in a vacuum, he's not struggling with the switch. Like what he is doing, switching from right field to shortstop at the major league level with no experience other than maybe like high school playing shortstop. It is so incredibly difficult, and that he's been able to do it this well is
he's superhuman.
It's unreal.
He's superhuman, no doubt. You have to give him that credit. But something Travis said, and I think we all agree, there's been times when Freddie Freeman, being in a Hall of Fame first baseman, has really bailed this team out defensively because some of those throws are all over the place.
Yeah.
And he's picking them out of the ground. So because of Freddie, he looks that much better. But clearly, in my opinion, playing short has affected him at the plate. Has affected him as an all-around baseball player.
Okay, well, this, by the way, if this is something that needs to be addressed ultimately by we have no other choice, Mookie, we know you want to play shortstop. We respect it. We have to move you back to right field. This is where the Dave Roberts people skills.
But that's the other part. Even if you are having a subpar year, you're still 9 games out in front. You're still winning games.
Yeah.
It ain't going to matter. You're on the Dodgers.
Well, this is where the people skills of Dave Roberts become really, really important, because if any manager can manage to get a player of Mookie Betts' status to do something that he doesn't really want to do because it's in Mookie's best interest, even if he can't see it or can't fully accept that, I think it's actually Dave Roberts. Like, Dave is really, really good with people. And that to me is the most important thing in baseball, certainly over 162 games. Baseball is a long-ass season.
Yeah.
A large part of your job is keeping grown millionaires from killing each other. I mean, for real. It's a long sport. It's hot as hell.
Yes. In a nutshell, yes. Keep all those egos going in the right direction.
Dave Roberts is really,
trying to kill each other.
really good at it. Clayton Kershaw, 3,000 career strikeouts hit last night. Is he the best pitcher in Dodgers history? Talk about that coming up next. Travis and DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
The fun way to drive home is with Sedano and Cap.
Coming up today at 3 p.m.
Mr. Alvarez, Sedano's the type of dude that leaves his autograph as a tip, says, "You're welcome, George." Let me tell you something.
What?
Let me tell you something.
You're going to compare those two things? Come on, man. That's harsh.
Yeah. First of all, I'm a great tipper. Okay, let's start with that.
Yeah, you are. I've seen it. Heck yeah, you are.
I am a great tipper. Cappy's the one that never tips. He's the one that's always complaining. Why is everything got to be a tip? When I go to Starbucks on the app, it tells me, should I leave a tip? When I go and put in my credit card, it says 10%, 50%, 20%, or 25%. Why do I got to pick for something that nobody did anything for? I tip all those mother bleepers. Okay? All those mother bleepers get tipped. Listen,
there's your promo, Deandre.
Literally, all you had to do was ring me up, and I'm giving you 10%. How about that?
Sedano and Cap on 710. The fun way to drive home.
Sedano and Cap.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Flashy discounts, gimmicky sales? Don't fall for it. At Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, we give you honest, wholesale pricing all year long. No bogus markups, no tricks, just the best floors at the best prices. Call 866-62-FLOOR. No sale beats wholesale. Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, check them out at hernandezwholesaleflooring.net or call them at 866-62-FLOOR.
For the best prices on hardwood, carpet, and more, call 866-62-FLOOR.
When it's game time, every play counts. So when it's time to choose your next vehicle, make the winning play at George Chevrolet. From the powerful work-ready Silverado to the family-sized Traverse and all-electric standouts like Blazer and Equinox EV, George Chevrolet has an incredible selection and a championship-caliber team ready to help you get the perfect Chevy at the best price. Visit them off the 91 Freeway, Lakewood Exit in Bellflower, or shop online at GeorgeChevy.com. That's GeorgeChevy.com. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED, because millions of men experience it, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Well, Hims can help. Through Hims.com, you can get a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds, through a 100% online process. It all starts with an online intake form. Get started at hims.com/joy, and from there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs, with options up to 95% less than the brand names. Millions of men experience ED, but Hims can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. Now mornings, 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN. Your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
Uh-oh.
Last man standing time.
Uh-oh.
Andy, have you been done one with us since we started it on our show?
I'm sure I have, but it's
Okay.
been a minute.
All right, so we're all going to go in order. And
Did you feel that? Thought the ground just shook. No? Okay, never mind.
I think that was you hitting the console.
Nope. Okay, never mind. Go
ahead. So, LeBron James, with the addition of Deandre Ayton, will play with 9 number 1 overall picks in the NBA. Okay? So, we're taking Deandre Ayton off the board. So, you have to name the 8 players that LeBron has played with that were the number 1 overall pick in the NBA draft. I'm going to start with Jorge.
I have no idea. Dwayne Wade.
There you go.
Dwayne Wade is not there. All right, Andy.
Dwight Howard.
Dwight Howard was the number 1 overall pick in 2004.
Cheater. Oh, my God. I have no freaking clue. LeBron has played with number 1 pick. I'm trying to go through the list. Was Bosh number 1?
Nope. Same draft class.
God. Never mind. Okay.
All right, so you're out, DeMarco. Yes. Andy wins. Okay, so the 8 picks.
There are a couple others that I could think of. Kyrie Irving.
Kyrie is one of them.
Anthony Davis.
Yes. Anthony Davis is another one.
Obviously, DeAndre Ayton was one of them. I am kind of stumped on some of the others.
Okay, I'm going to go with the oldest to the youngest that he's played with. So Joe Smith was drafted number 1 overall in 1995.
Oh, my God.
They played together with in 2008.
Yes.
How do you name a kid Joe Smith?
Shaquille O'Neal was the number 1 overall pick in 1992.
Okay.
They played together in 09 and 10.
In Cleveland.
Greg Oden was the number 1 overall pick in 2007.
He played with
LeBron in 2013.
Oh, he was on those Miami teams. I forgot.
Andrew Bogut was the number 1 overall pick in 2005. Played with LeBron for a single game, 2017, before getting injured.
That's the one that eliminates everyone.
Right. Did we mention Kyrie?
I did say
so. Kyrie was the number 1 overall pick in 2011. They played together in Cleveland. Derrick Rose was the number 1 overall pick in 2008.
Rose. I
played with
they
LeBron from 2017 to 2018. And then we mentioned Dwight Howard and Anthony Davis.
Oh.
Wow. I would have not in a million years gotten Oden or Bogut.
Forgot about Oden.
Like Shaq, if you'd given me a little more time, I think I would have come up with. I honestly forgot that his path crossed with Joe Smith. I don't even remember him and Bogut together. Like, I have no memory of that whatsoever.
It's been 22 seasons.
Yeah.
Lot gets lost in there.
You've played a long time when you are a former number 1 overall pick and you've managed to play with that many other number 1 overall picks, meaning you've played with that many other great players after they started aging.
Insane.
And you've always been the consistent. Like
crazy.
That is unreal.
Hell of a career.
Speaking of guys with hell of careers and longevity, Clayton Kershaw last night hits strikeout number 3,000.
Let me play for you guys. Normally we'll play the Dodger, either TV or radio call, but I want to play for you guys the Chicago TV call of this game, of this 3,000th strikeout, and it's pretty remarkable.
In Los Angeles. 2 outs in the 6th. The 1-2 from Kershaw. Called strike 3. Open up the velvet rope and let him in. Clayton Kershaw is now the 20th member of the 3,000 Strikeout Club, a list so exclusive we may never see a moment like this again.
Hell no.
And
we'll never see it, AK.
Nope.
It's the second time in the past 5 years we've seen someone walk into this illustrious club, because Max Scherzer did it in Dodger Stadium on September 12th, 2021, I believe. Yes, 2021. And he did it in the same game that he had an immaculate inning.
Wow.
Like, what the heck? That's crazy.
Yeah. I think I like Scherzer more because he's half crazy.
He is half
crazy. He's insane.
He's insane, yeah.
When he's there, he's consistently great. But he's just so injured because he's on the other end.
Yes.
But, as a Nationals fan growing up, it was really awesome just to see him get that World Series with the Nats in 2019. He is somebody that you're like, wow, that's the Nationals guy to me.
Some amazing stats for Clayton Kershaw and just milestones, elite company. Just the 4th left-hander in MLB history with 3,000 strikeouts.
Wow.
With Randy Johnson, Steve Carlton, CeCe Sabathia.
Yeah.
Pretty damn good pitchers.
I didn't know CeCe was that high on the list.
One of 3 active pitchers, him, Verlander, and Scherzer, who have 3,000. Mm-hmm. And just one of 5 who've done it with one team.
There's 5? I thought there was just 3.
It's Kershaw, Walter Johnson, Bob Gibson, Steve Carl with one team to do it to get the 3,000 with one team. Maybe not as a lifer with that organization.
I thought it was one team. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's just Walter Johnson, Gibson, and Kershaw as lifers with one organization.
Okay.
But Carlton and Smoltz played long enough with a team
to do that,
to get 3,000 with one team.
Okay, I did meet Bob Gibson way back in the day, and that was scary. That was like meeting Freddie Krueger.
He was known as, do not test this man.
You know, so I asked him the wrong question. I said, have you ever tried to hit anyone? And he stopped the interview. And this is in front of 1,000 Cardinals fans. And they all gasped. And he says, I never tried to hit anyone. Either I did or I didn't. Continue. Right. That's how intimidating he was.
Intense man.
Yes.
Bob Gibson was known as, you know how in every sport there's the list? Really, don't mess with him. Bob Gibson was near the top of the list while he was in baseball.
That's one thing you can't say about Kershaw. You can say about his numbers, maybe LeBron, I guess. No, I take that. I was thinking of that. You could say this about Clayton Kershaw. Not the most intimidating guy in the world, but very effective.
Well, in his prime, he was intimidating in the sense that you were going to have a very, very difficult time dealing with him. But he was not intimidating in the way of making you fear for your safety.
Stuff wasn't scary. Your safety was never in jeopardy.
Best pitcher in Dodgers history?
You tell me, man.
It's got to be either him or Koufax. I mean, I honestly don't think anybody else is really in that conversation. I think the people on Team Koufax would say that his highs, particularly in the playoffs, were higher than Kershaw's. But Kershaw's
seems to be the knock, is just his postseason record.
But even then, Kershaw was not awful in the playoffs. He was not as good as you wanted him to be, but he still had some great moments in the playoffs. His regular season is untouchable, unimpeachable. And the longevity of Kershaw, Koufax was brilliant, but he didn't play for nearly as long. I think Kershaw had like a couple of Koufax's careers. I mean, he has been around.
Well, for
forever.
me, outside of Fernando and maybe Gagne, there aren't that many Dodger pitchers that I could name that would be the tops outside of the ones we just mentioned. So for me, in my lifetime, he's the best Dodger pitcher ever. If you've got another name, you're probably older than me.
Yeah, I'm not a Dodger historian, but I think I know the team reasonably well. I don't think there is anybody else other than Koufax for that conversation. It's like the same way to me if you're choosing the greatest Laker of all time.
For me, there's 6 guys you can choose from.
See, to me, it's 3.
Okay.
It's either Kobe, Magic, or West. I don't think even Kareem, because when you start splitting hairs, those other 3 guys were lifers.
Okay.
And Kareem wasn't. To me, it's either Kobe, Magic, or West, and it's probably either Kobe or Magic.
Okay, fair enough, right.
But I don't think you can make an argument for anybody else.
I think it is Kershaw. I think the only trepidation you have is his postseason success or failure.
Here's where I think ultimately, if you want to say it's Koufax, it's not like anybody's going to say, what the F are you talking about?
It's like picking Humphrey Bogart as your best actor. We never saw that.
I think
Except for Casablanca.
I'm just saying, that's not our movie. It's not our era.
I think with Kershaw, the postseason track record would only be a true issue if it prevented the Dodgers from ever winning a World Series while he was with them. They got a World Series.
They did.
If you want to argue that they could have had more had Kershaw been better, okay. I mean, there were some extenuating circumstances,
possibly,
the time against the Astros. That was more about the Astros than anything else.
Yes.
Even the Red Sox.
I'd say you get at least one more. Yeah.
But the fact that Kershaw never flat out prevented them from getting a ring, I think, for me at least, wouldn't put that permanently in Koufax's corner.
Right. Well, for me, because he is the most named Dodger pitcher that I know. He's top of mind. And he just set a record or did something only 20 guys have done. I will never forget that moment. So it'll be a long way before somebody erases him from my memory.
To be able to do it for this long, this well, over this type of sustained period, it's just incredible. It's absolutely incredible. And, he's been a model. He's been a model face for the organization as well.
It has to be, right? You wouldn't be here that long if you weren't.
Right, absolutely. Like, as great as you are, if you are a pain in the ass,
yes,
eventually your time runs out.
You know what I love most about him? When stuff gets hairy, when there's a dust up, he's always one of the first guys over the fence.
Yeah.
To come on, even if it's largely ceremonial.
Oh,
benches are clearing. We're just running out there. He's always one of the first guys off.
Absolutely.
You have to respect that.
No. I think he takes his responsibilities that way as I got to be down for my dudes.
Correct.
I think he takes it really seriously. Coming up next, going to do the dump. Travis and DeMarco Show, 710 ESPN.
The biggest show on the radio.
Mason in Ireland today at noon after Travis and DeMarco.
I think what Laker fans should take from this is that there's an end date. Yes. This year. I think this will be the last year for LeBron with the Lakers. And maybe the last year of his career, but that's up to him. But I think this is the last year for LeBron with the Lakers.
The OGs of LA Sports Talk.
Mason and Ireland on 710.
Oh, hey.
Hey, thanks for meeting me here. It's just, you're my only lawyer friend, and I need your professional opinion. You see that brand new Hyundai Tucson out there? That's all I paid for it.
Let me get back to you on that. Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get 0% APR for 60 months, plus 0 payments for 90 days on all Hyundai Santa Fe models. And check out our other great deals at your Hyundai dealer today. Offer ends September 2nd. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
At Children's Hospital Los Angeles, we're a nationally recognized leader in pediatric care, honored by U.S. News and World Report as one of the best in the country. Here, we achieve amazing breakthroughs that change lives. From groundbreaking cancer therapies that offer new hope to young patients, to advanced heart procedures that save lives, we partner with families to conquer challenges and achieve extraordinary outcomes. Choose the best care for your child at chla.org.
Hey, Joe Fortenbaugh here. Whether you're locking in your home run picks or riding with your favorite golfers this summer, ESPN Bet is your sportsbook for all the action. Go from checking stats on your favorite teams and players to placing bets in just a few taps. Plus, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet app and sign up with the promo code JOEQ to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Adam Schefter here for Vivid Seats, your ultimate destination for all your sports and concert needs this summer. With a game-changing rewards program and an unbeatable selection of tickets, they make it easy for every fan to watch their favorite teams and players in action. Catch every home run and thrilling comeback in person from your favorite seat. Plus, every ticket is backed by a 100% buyer guarantee, giving you peace of mind with every purchase. Visit VividSeats.com or download the app today. Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN.
It's time for everything we haven't gotten to today. Yes, it's time for the dump.
The Home Run Derby is upon us, and we have confirmed participants. We have Atlanta's Ronald Acuna Jr., we have Seattle's Big Dumper, Cal Raleigh, and we've got Washington's James Wood. And earlier this week, I believe he was the first person since Barry Bonds to be walked 4 times in one game, James Wood, because of his ability to knock it out of the park. This is going to be fireworks. I'm excited to see the Home Run Derby.
And not drones, fireworks.
Yeah, not drones, fireworks in Atlanta. And, you got Atlanta's guy, Ronald Acuna Jr., doing it in his home stadium. So hopefully there's some action.
No, this should be really fun.
Yeah. No Ohtani, which is unfortunate.
Good.
No Judge.
You don't need to do it.
But I like this. Do you guys like the Home Run Derby? Is that your favorite part of the MLB festivities?
I used to be really into it. I just kind of... Does Berman still do it?
I don't know, which I guess answers the question, am I still into it?
Yeah, okay. I did like the back. Yeah,
it was fun.
That was fun.
I think it's like a lot of things with All-Star games. I think they've just kind of lost their use and purpose.
It's like the dunk contest.
Well, they used to be a way of spotlighting your entire league in a pre-cable, pre-social media, pre-all that stuff. Now in baseball, for example, with like interleague and your ability to see all these guys on a regular basis, I don't think they really serve any purpose
Would
anymore.
You be upset if it went away?
No. Not even
I think I might be a little bit.
Nope.
But because it's a thing that we used to do.
I mean,
but I'm not. Yeah, I'm not.
How
as
upset would
I
be?
be?
I didn't know if Berman's still doing it.
Right.
Clearly,
that's what
I'm not
saying.
watching
right.
it.
Right. Who won the last dunk contest?
McClung.
That's right.
Who won the last home run derby?
Oh,
Oscar Hernandez.
Yep,
Uncle
Teoscar
Scott.
Hernandez.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Okay.
there we go. I didn't see him
First
listed as
Dodger.
the one that was that won it. So apparently, is his name Estuer Ruiz, the Dodgers player? Is
Call him Ruiz.
Max Muncy's gonna have more tests done on his knee. They have not confirmed the severity of his knee injury from yesterday. So they're calling up Ruiz to play potentially his position. How worried should we be about Muncy?
I'm worried.
I'd be concerned.
Yeah. At one point, he was the hottest Dodger at the plate.
Yeah, he had just started to get himself back after a slow start. You hate to see any type of momentum chilled. And look, obviously, I'm not worried about the Dodgers falling out of like the race or anything like that. They're going to be fine. You just worry about how will this affect Max Muncy in September and October.
And it's Travis's MVP. And
This
so how
is
does
true.
this affect Travis?
That's the game within the game.
This is true.
Some other things from today. It is Tom Cruise's birthday,
Your boy!
guys. I have been introducing Tom Cruise into my diet.
He likes popcorn.
He does like popcorn. He eats it very strangely. His hair is so
Loves him some
odd.
popcorn.
His face is so strange. He's so short. But I have been introducing some more Tom Cruise into my diet. I liked Days of Thunder. I liked
Cole
that
Trickle,
movie.
yes.
Cole Trickle was great. I watched The Firm. Liked The Firm.
yeah.
That's some popcorn fun.
So we're introducing we're tamping down my haterism, but I don't think he's still my favorite actor. I
Okay,
don't
well,
like
he doesn't
that.
have to be your favorite, but I think he's been better than you think he is. 2 movies since you seem to be moving backwards in time that I would definitely explore Cruise. Color of Money, the sequel to The
You like
Hustler.
that one?
I love it.
Okay.
And I think he's really great with Paul Newman. It's the
Yes.
movie that Paul Newman finally won an Oscar, reprising his role from The Hustler.
I hated his character, though.
But
He was
also,
good.
everyone remembers Rain Man for Dustin Hoffman.
No,
I'm telling you,
he's
rewatch that movie. Tom Cruise is the secret sauce of that movie.
He's
He
good.
is so good in Rain Man. That movie does not work without Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
Collateral. I like that one.
He's
Collateral was good.
He's great
The Assassin.
in Collateral.
See, I would have gone back a little. You see The Outsiders?
Yeah, I mean, it's a small
NC
role.
Taps.
He's a psycho in
He's an
Taps.
absolute psycho in Taps.
And Magnolia. You've seen Magnolia, right, Emma?
I have not.
Yes.
Oh,
no.
Oh, you need to
That's
see
PTA,
Magnolia.
right?
Yeah, it's Paul
Yeah.
Thomas
See,
Anderson.
PTA and I don't always
frogs
click.
from the sky.
He is so good and very, very different in Magnolia.
Respect the. Yes.
Tame the.
So,
Can't say it.
Yes.
what is your favorite Cruise role?
Oh gosh.
That's a toughie.
Is it different than your favorite Cruise movie?
Probably.
Okay, so let's both. Your favorite Cruise role performance, and then your favorite movie that Cruise is in.
Favorite Cruise performance. I think my favorite Cruise movie is probably Jerry Maguire.
Jerry Maguire's a great movie.
Yeah.
That's a great choice.
Yes. I don't know why. I guess it fits my
It's a
brain.
great movie.
Yeah. Loved
And it's
everything
kind of
about
the
it.
world you were in
Yeah.
for a bit.
Days of Thunder is hard to beat. And Top Gun. Yeah. I know that's 3. Yes.
My favorite Cruise performance is probably either. He's great in Collateral. He is really, really good in Collateral.
Vincent.
I love. Actually, his character in Color of Money is named Vince. Anytime Tom Cruise is named Vince or Vincent, that's going to be a good movie. I love him in those. I love him in Magnolia. Mm-hmm. Movie he made about 8 years ago called American Made.
Oh yeah.
That's a really good movie. And he's
Pilot.
really,
Oh, yes.
he's really funny. It's like him. He's running drugs for.
It's good.
Pablo Escobar. Like
Yes.
picture if Maverick washed out of the Navy, but could only find
That's the way
jobs.
I took it.
Yeah, he can only find jobs flying. This is what he ends up doing. He becomes a drug runner. It's loosely based on a true story of this guy Barry Seal. It's a really good movie.
You know, they told him that at the beginning of Top Gun. If you screw this up just this much, you'll be flying a plane of rubber dog blank.
Yeah.
That's what he became.
Yeah.
I have
That's
another
amazing.
question for you guys. So, if you had to take the entire filmography of one of these guys, but the other one you throw it out,
It
the other
never
one
exists.
doesn't exist.
Never exists.
Tom Cruise or Tom Hanks?
I would take Cruise's filmography. I think it's more interesting.
Damn, that's hard, bro.
It's
Okay,
really hard.
The
that
other one
inclu-
didn't exist at all.
that
So no
include
Forrest Gump,
Toy Story,
no
Forrest
Toy
Gump.
Story.
Cruise has
The
made
Money
more,
Pit.
Cruise.
See?
No Burbs.
Burbs.
Cruise has made more movies.
No Castaway.
Cruise has made more movies that I would miss than Hanks, even though Hanks has made a lot of movies.
Big.
I would miss Big. I would miss Catch Me If You Can.
He's with a dog, something and Hooch.
I can't throw
Turner
away
and
either
Hooch.
one. That's a hard question. No.
Saving Private Ryan.
Oh,
Private
no.
Ryan.
Okay, I got to throw away Cruise.
Apollo 13.
Apollo 13.
And I'm saying these movies also don't exist. It's not, like
Yeah.
not like Tom Hanks gets
You
replaced.
cannot throw
they don't
away
exist.
Hanks at all.
It's hard.
You can't.
All right, what's your choice, DeMarco? Is it Hanks?
You can't throw away Tom Hanks at all. I mean,
I don't want to.
It's okay, like you
I'm
said.
not looking to.
I got the joke when you said Tom Cruise likes popcorn. Are you saying his movies are popcorn movies?
No, he eats popcorn
Oh, he
very
eats popcorn.
strangely.
You can find clips of this. He's
He
a
really eats
maniac with eating popcorn.
Oh, really?
And he
I
eats
didn't know
it
that.
very weirdly.
Yes. No, it's not a commentary on his movies. It's a commentary on his popcorn
On his
eating
popcorn
habits.
eating for real.
Yes.
I can't throw away Tom Hanks.
I don't want to.
Right. I don't want to.
I like Tom Hanks
That's
a
great
lot,
line.
man. I
Yes.
don't want to.
And so we talked about Jesse Plemons earlier in the show, but I think my very first introduction to him was in the 2002 flick Like Mike. He played the bully in Like Mike. Honestly, okay, I'm going to take you into
Is that
this-
Lil Bow Wow?
Yes. I'm going to take you to the world of Emily as a child in 2002. I was but 8 years old. I didn't really watch basketball. It wasn't really in my house, but I did like movies and everything like that. I didn't know who Michael Jordan was. And so I watched Like Mike, having no idea who Michael Jordan was in 2002. And I was like, oh, that's the guy from Like Mike?
That makes sense.
Emily, you just demonstrated something that I have tried to explain to people in this building, and a lot of them don't seem to get it. Sports is obviously a big thing in this city, in this country, in the world, but there are more people who do not pay even the slightest bit of attention to sports than people may realize. For example, you not knowing who Michael freaking Jordan was. Like that would...
When did that come out?
2002. I was 8 years old.
That would strike so
She's
many
8.
people. Right, but I think the average 8-year-old around that time, or you would think they knew who Michael Jordan was. Michael Jordan was still in the NBA. Like he was still. I mean, Michael Jordan is still a big presence.
Yes, there's some people you might
And
not
then,
have known at 8.
Iverson's in that movie, but he's not really in that movie.
I heard about that. Yes, I did hear about that.
I've got a good friend.
He's never actually in it.
I've got a good friend. He's been a working actor for a long time. You would recognize his face. He's probably best known for the TV show You're the Worst. He played the character Vern. He was a regular character on it. He does not follow sports at all.
Oh.
He did a commercial eons ago with Terrell Davis. It was one of those, I think it was one of the Chunky Soup ones. He did not know who Terrell Davis was. And this is at a time when Terrell Davis was one of the biggest.
Still kind of anonymous though.
He was a BFD. This is around when Terrell Davis was like winning MVPs, Super Bowls. He told me he was doing a commercial. He's like, Terrell? So I'm like, Terrell Davis?
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's so much of the story with John Mulaney. So John Mulaney tells a story about doing a Madden commercial. Like he was writing a Madden commercial, and he had very little idea of who Ray Lewis was. He knew he was an NFL player and that he does, the celebration coming out of the tunnel, but he had no idea anything around Ray Lewis. And so he just tells a story about being like, oh,
But
hey, Ray.
Ray's a linebacker. Jordan was a brand, sold shoes.
Okay.
Different deal.
Different friend of mine who is a working actor, a lot of commercials and stuff. Do you remember years ago, LeBron, I don't remember what product it was or what company or whatever, but he does this commercial where he's a trial lawyer and he's trying to prove that a guy in a neck brace is faking an injury.
Got me, no.
He throws this basketball over his shoulder and the guy in the neck brace jumps up to catch it. That was my friend. And he did this commercial with LeBron. First, he actually asked me, give me some details on LeBron just so I know who he is because he doesn't follow sports at all. Like, give me some basic details. But he also said the first pass LeBron threw to him, and in LeBron's mind, he's just casually tossing this thing. My friend ducked because it just scared the crap out of him. Because in his mind, it was coming so fast. He's like, I need you to take a little heat off
Don't be
this.
that guy. Right.
But yeah, there are so many people who don't follow sports, and I think we lose sight of that here.
Amazing. Yeah. That's almost like not knowing who Hulk Hogan is in his heyday. The whole world knew.
Yeah.
Yes.
I guarantee you, a lot of people who did not know who the Hulkster was. All right, coming up, little super crosstalk with Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
The OGs of LA Sports Radio.
That's Mason in Ireland.
Crazy. I was stupid and young and reckless. Stupid, young, and reckless. It's great to be that way at some point, yeah.
Mason in Ireland, weekdays at noon.
On 710 ESPN.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code YEAR to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code YEAR for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code YEAR for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Pacific Palms Resort, LA's Hilltop Hideaway and #1 work and play resort, provides opportunities for all travelers and locals. Enjoy restful accommodation, dine in the Red Restaurant with an expansive outside patio, or pamper yourself and relax at the spa. Hit the links at one of their 2 championship courses, the Babe and the Ike. Pacific Palms Resort is the perfect choice for a Los Angeles venue for your business meetings, weddings, and big events. Enjoy a beautiful staycation or family holiday at their Hilltop property. Book your stay at LA's #1 work and play resort today at PacificPalmsResort.com.
Hey Rams fans, it's your quarterback Matthew Stafford here. Join me for Walk United LA at the Rose Bowl Stadium on July 20th. Participants can walk or run to support fire recovery efforts and our most vulnerable LA communities. Learn more at walkunitedla.org. See you there.
KSPN AM 710 Los Angeles. KRDC AM 1110 Pasadena, Los Angeles.
K256CX 99.1 FM Pasadena, Los Angeles.
It's the greatest segment in LA sports radio history.
Oh my God. When the shows come together for magic on the radio.
It will only grow stronger. It's time for Super Crosstalk.
We are waiting for John Ireland to join us, but Mace is
Yes,
here.
I am. I am here, and I'm ready to roll.
With a Dodger hat on. Are you very excited about
I'm so excited. Last night was... I didn't think it was going to happen.
Yeah.
I was like, first inning, 29 pitches or whatever. I'm like, oh, God. He's going to have to do this in Milwaukee. And somehow scrapped along, got the strikeout at the end of the 5th, got the strikeout at the end of the 6th, and it was very cool.
It was a very Clayton Kershaw way to get that,
It
right?
was.
We were talking about this before the show began. Like, if he hadn't gotten that last strikeout, it was literally the last pitch that he threw. Do you think they would have put him out there again? I say no.
Get it over with. I would have.
They were down 4-2. Is that right?
He was at 100 pitches as well.
He's at 100 pitches.
And they were down 4-2. And would they have come back out for the
Would you have let him out? Yes.
I don't think so.
No. Go get the game.
Dave said last night, and this was referenced a couple of times during the broadcast, that he was going to manage last night different than he normally would.
So he would let him go, probably.
So I think he would have let him go to get the 3,000 strikeout at home as opposed to doing it in Milwaukee.
You got house money. I mean, you got a hell of a lead. You lose a game in search of that last strikeout.
I guess the only thing that, if I'm Dave and I'm thinking about this big picture, that I wouldn't want would be the perception that we put Kershaw's personal record ahead of an actual game, and then if they end up losing, then Kershaw might look a little bit selfish in the process trying to get this.
Although they've won 15 of their, well, now it's 14 of their last 17.
Yeah, you got a little house money there.
You've got house money. I would have let him roll, but Dave said he was not managing for the big picture last night. He was managing for the small picture.
So, best Dodger pitcher you ever saw? Because most people go for Sandy Koufax.
Well, I never saw Sandy Koufax.
So the best Dodger pitcher you ever saw is?
Hands down, Clayton Kershaw.
Okay.
No question.
With or without last night?
What do you mean? Oh, without last. I mean, honestly, I've seen that guy. You know, he has been the most successful pitcher, absolute first ballot Hall of Famer, MVP, 3 Cy Youngs.
World Series, went 2-0 in the Tampa World Series. I just think, and just so steady, and especially when he was so much fun to watch him pitch. I remember being behind home plate, not at the field level, but above in the loge level, where you could watch his curveball break, and that thing would just dive. I remember when Vince Scully first called it
Public Enemy number one.
Public Enemy number one.
He broke off Public Enemy number one.
And he was 19.
It was a spring training game, and Kershaw throws this absolutely sick curveball that just drops down. And think about how much baseball Vince Scully has seen over his lifetime. Like, this man has seen a lot. It honestly stopped Vince Scully in his tracks.
That's a great
He's just
name.
like, oh my God.
That's a great
I
name.
can't believe that just happened.
That might be the best curveball. I think that might be the best curveball I ever saw.
Yeah?
Yeah, I mean,
you can find this.
There are guys out, like Roy Halladay had an
one.
unbelievable curve. But
Yeah.
that 12-6, man,
Yeah.
Kershaw is so good.
And to your point, like, he did not need the 3,000 strikeouts to be the greatest Dodger, certainly of our recent lifetime, the last 20, 30 years, anything like that. Everything he's doing now is just adding to the story.
You know what I thought last night? It's like, oh, yeah, he's been there 18 years, and he started when he was 19. And I'm like, oh, my God, he was like, he came on while John and I were first starting. And is still going, which is unbelievable.
I was talking about earlier for ESPN.com, I got sent to do something with the Gatorade High School Players of the Year. I don't know, like maybe 2005, 2006. Kershaw was the baseball guy.
Is that right?
So I actually met him, did a small interview with him in high school. Like, this is one of those things where, you know, with Kershaw, Kobe, Magic, we literally got to watch these guys grow up in front of us. Like, it's a cliche, but in this case, it's real.
Grow up and multiply, have kids, get married, all that stuff. Nuts.
And John's joining us now from Idaho, where it is it became the 37th state in the union on this date in some year. John, congratulations to Idaho.
Some year.
Yeah,
I just
very
know
happy.
this is the anniversary. What year?
Yes, I'm very happy that I was a big part of Idaho becoming a state.
Yes, 43rd year for Idaho.
Really?
Still going strong.
Idaho's lit today.
Andy, I have not heard you, but you, like me, follow every Laker move. Mason is convinced the team is worse. I think it's about a wash. That we're getting DeAndre Ayton and Jake LaRavia and losing Dorian Finney-Smith. If you had to jump in Mason's boat or my boat, which one would you lean towards?
I would say they're better now than they were last season because they had no center. Like, they had no reliable center play. As much as I think they may miss DFS at times during the season, they had more guys who could replicate what DFS does than DeAndre Ayton. They needed a center.
I just don't.
He's a starting caliber center.
He's a starting caliber center who's been run out of 2 straight towns.
Well, there was gap years.
That's a bad way to put it. Yeah.
DeMarco, does it matter? Does it matter that he was on a losing team in a losing? So I think a lot of these things he's being accused of, the
environment,
unprofessionalism.
Yeah.
Does any of that have to do with the fact that he was on a team that didn't care about winning?
Usually, like this, when you get a guy that's a malcontent or whatever, when you get him, he's the same guy, and they never change. But every now and then, when the culture's different, and I don't know if that fits. Like here with the Rams, Sean McVay, the culture's different. You get players that were playing one way or being one way. They come here and assimilate. I don't know if J.J. Redick or the Lakers have that culture where he would actually want to improve his professionalism. I hope so. But for the most part, John, to be honest, if he's a toothache when you get him, he's going to be a toothache while you got him.
I actually, I see the world through purple and gold colored glasses. Andy, this is my thought. This is last chance saloon for DeAndre Ayton.
Yeah.
This is 3 strikes and you're out. In other words, he was the number 1 overall pick in the whole draft. He was part of a finals team in Phoenix. Phoenix, for whatever reason, trades him to Portland, and he mails it in. If he does that again, I think he's a career backup, don't you?
He's going to be, I think, a career backup. He's not going to make nearly the type of money that he's talked about wanting to make. But here's the thing. Like, both things can be true. DeAndre Ayton may not live up to what people think is his potential, like what we've decided. And some of this may be former number 1 overall pick syndrome, like the way that we view these guys. If he had been the 4th overall pick, we might think of DeAndre a little bit differently than we do right now. But here's the thing. Is he better than Jackson Hayes? The answer is yes. Like, you can't debate that.
But
so they get, even if DeAndre Ayton changes none of his habits at all, the Lakers get better because
because they have a center.
This version of DeAndre
center.
Ayton is way better than Jackson Hayes.
Right.
So they get better by definition.
Yeah, I think sometimes you make a bet on, like DeMarco said, you make a bet on a knucklehead and it doesn't pay off. I mean, there's a clip in there. Kendrick Perkins says, he's generally considered to have been a cancer in on the teams that he has played for. He did. I mean, whether it's temper tantrums or late to planes or
bad
late
teammate.
to practices or bad teammate, all that stuff is something that he will have to rewrite his narrative here, because I'll tell you what, if he doesn't show up and play hard every night, he will absolutely hear about it.
Absolutely.
I've seen that happen, though, guys. I mean, basically, the example, my most famous example that I keep using with you is Gary Sheffield,
right?
Who was a malcontent, bad teammate, literally throwing balls into the stands in Milwaukee
to get traded,
so he could get the hell out of there.
Yeah.
Gets traded to San Diego and becomes an 8-time All-Star. Another example, Andy, is Rasheed Wallace.
Oh,
yeah.
Remember that Rasheed Wallace was in Portland. He was a complete mess. They trade him to Atlanta. He had loads of talent. Atlanta doesn't want him, trades him to Detroit, and he helps lead the Pistons to the title. So it can happen. It doesn't, like DeMarco, to your point, it doesn't always happen.
Right.
But it can happen. And Michael Thompson was in yesterday, and there have been two number
Who
one
has no bias whatsoever.
Yeah.
None. Does he like Bahamian players?
Well, there's been two Bahamians who've been taken number one overall in the draft, Michael and Deandre Ayton. That's the list. That's it. And Michael thinks that his career being on the line will motivate him. That he has, not only can he show up and be a double-double guy, he has to, or he might be out of the league.
But here's the thing, though, that I think everyone has to remember. This version of DeAndre Ayton that everyone thinks may be accurate, maybe not, maybe somewhere in the middle, hasn't been showing up, has been a double-double guy his entire career. He's never averaged less than 10 rebounds any season in his career. So, if this is the mailed-in version of DeAndre Ayton,
I'll take the rebounds.
He's been really productive, even if he does not give a damn about basketball.
Correct. He will if he's out there, he's gonna run into a double-double. He's going to run into a double-double, which is great. I just don't know what else you get in terms of locker room presence and how he's going to react to culture and all that.
Sure. He is at best, the third option on this team and probably the fourth.
Oh, he's
fifth.
at best the
Good.
fourth.
Yeah.
He's at best the fourth.
Catch lobs, dunk it, protect paint. That's all you have to do.
And Andy, he's good at that. If you look at the tape on him, Chris Paul set him up a million times.
I have some numbers, John.
Okay, let me hear them.
Last year, in just 40 games, he only played 40, and I do wonder how much of that was Portland being out of it for a while, shutting guys down, whatever. 71 dunks in 40 games. 2 seasons ago in 67 games, he had 110 dunks. Last year, he was 96.2% conversion on alley-oops of any kind, 31 of 31 on alley-oop dunks, 15 of 16 alley-oop layups. He is a lob threat.
Stop saying all these numbers.
He is a lob threat.
Stop it. I don't want statistical evidence.
You know where I got these, Steve? The splits.
The splits.
I got these from the splits.
I have a question for John. Somebody asked
sir.
me, could I please share my take about LeBron's mind games? I'm tired of his mind games. That's my take.
What? Give me one example.
It's just why put out the picture of coming home, going home, all that type of stuff. The last one, the latest one, it just got under my skin.
Well,
there's my take.
Here's the thing that Mace and Andy will, and Andy and I have to kind of, because we deal with Laker fans all the time. I'm a huge fan of LeBron's game. I think he's one of the best 3 players ever to play. I think he played at an All-NBA level last year. DeMarco, for the life of me, I can't understand why Laker fans want him out, but they do. The fans I hear from, the fans that call the show, Mason and I have been dealing with this for weeks, are where you with him. My counter to that would be, look what you get every night when he's on your team. The guy is a baller. He just balls out. If he's going to come with some personality problems or quirks or whatever, I don't care. What I want are 24, 8, and 8. And Andy, he gives you that every night, even at age 40.
Here's the thing right now, and this is why ultimately the Lakers are exactly where I wanted them to be in this situation with LeBron. I wanted him to opt in.
Yep.
Because,
he's an expiring contract.
Well, we'll see where that goes. He's a complicated expiring contract. But now the Lakers have control of this situation. Because before, when it was a never-ending series of 1+1s and player options and stuff, they had no ability to plan. They had no ability to map out anything. They're constantly earmarking $50-ish million that may or may not be on the books from here to eternity. They now control this situation. And depending for their stomach for control, like how much are they willing to, if it is in their best interests, tell LeBron no for certain things. They control this situation. LeBron actually has, and this is the first time in a long time, maybe ever, LeBron doesn't have much control over this situation.
Right. And by the way, ultimately, if you're not a LeBron fan, just wait a year.
Yeah.
Right. It's coming to an end.
In other words, we've got an end point, in my mind, for the LeBron era, which is a year from now.
But if LeBron had opted out and walked, the Lakers would likely be worse. But I would rather have him walk than another 1+1. You cannot keep doing this forever. The Lakers now are in the perfect situation, and whatever happens with LeBron moving forward, the Lakers actually have the keys, not LeBron.
Yeah. And Andy, I said yesterday on the show, and I'm curious if you agree with me, if you would have come to me 2 months ago and said, we'll trade you, well, it would have been after the season, so let's say a month ago, we'll trade you Deandre Ayton and Jake LaRavia for Dorian Finney-Smith, I think I would have done it.
It's a good trade.
Yeah.
Again,
I
because
think I would have done it.
LaRavia will at least pick up some of what you miss in DFS. I think he also could be a potential replacement if you move Dalton Connect in a deal. And DeAndre Ayton is somebody that you did not have. You didn't have anybody like him. You needed somebody on this roster like him. You didn't have him. DFS, even if you think DFS is a better, more reliable player than DeAndre Ayton, they have more ways to replace what DFS does. They had none to provide what Ayton does. So, yeah, I would have made that deal.
All right.
That was super crosstalk.
Yeah, there's
that was a little bonus
there
super
you
crosstalk
go.
right there.
Let's say it. Go America. It's the 4th of July.
America.